Munford, Tennessee, another week of win or go home. The Cougars get to stay at home this week, but they face the Henry County Patriots, who they faced 5 times in the playoffs in the last decade and not won. Chad Gatlin, Jay Harder in here with you to call the game tonight. Round 2 of the TSSAA playoffs. The winner faces the winner of Springfield and Memphis Central. As you can see the bracket on your board and on your TV rather, and how we got here. Jay, this is setting up to be a tough uphill battle for the Cougars tonight. Henry County, much better than their record shows.
We've heard it from everybody. The road to winning a state championship in this division goes through Henry County. They're a great program. We're going to see some really good players with a lot of good college offers here tonight. Some guys going to a lot of different places, at least getting looked at from a lot of different places. This is going to be a great football game. This is what it's all about, right? Playoff football. It just feels a little bit different. I know the players got a little butterflies. I had a few butterflies driving here tonight. It's going to be a great game.
Me too. I was, and when I came in the stadium, the first thing I noticed as the Henry County players were warming up was the size of Henry County is very evident when they're right there on the field.
Absolutely. They got one player, I believe it's number 76, Luke Brown, that is going to Georgia, or at least being looked at from Georgia and Alabama, he's a 4-star lineman. So there's a lot of big boys, 6'6", 305, I think that young man was. So like I said, it's going to be a great game. There's a lot of high-level football players here tonight.
Intimidating team is Henry County. Even though their record 6-5, they went 4-1 and finished second in Region 7 5A and able to win their first playoff game last week against Dyer County in big fashion. They won that by a lot. That's one common opponent they have with Munford, the other being Portland, who Munford beat in the playoffs last week. But we saw Munford struggle with Portland, whereas Henry County didn't have any trouble with them in the regular season. Now, this doesn't always translate to playoff games, playoff atmospheres, and things like that. But Henry County is the team year in and year out in West Tennessee that you hope some other team has knocked off before you get that far in the playoffs.
No, absolutely. It's a well-coached program, and they're really deep, like you said. One thing, I was talking to some of the Henry County guys that are here with us tonight, and one key factor for them that it really shifted their season was changing play callers on offense. They changed play callers. They really got going a little bit, and that has really been the difference maker in the season for them. Like you said, they beat Portland, who Munford beat last week 56-0. So really dominated Portland. They've been rolling. It's going to be a tough test for this Munford defense. The front seven is going to have their work cut out for them.
Absolutely, but enough flattery on Henry County. Let's talk about these Munford Cougars, who pulled out a win last week, 2 weeks in a row, winning games in the fourth quarter by 1 point. Last week, huge sack from Hunter Gill. I think on the broadcast I thought it was Ben Cernelia, but it was Hunter Gill with a huge sack to stop Portland's last-ditch effort at scoring. We saw a huge game from Avik White. He carried the ball 30 times in that game, 242 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, tonight, Sonny Moore's power ratings have Munford a dog.
Yeah.
9-point dog.
9-point dogs.
To Henry County. So,
Calhoun
take it for
president.
what it's worth.
How about that?
I like that. And so take that for what it's worth. But this in this particular game, Munford is not favored. And it's other than the Central game, Munford's been favored in most of their games all year. But as we said, an uphill battle for this in Max Preps in 5A in the state. Munford is ranked number 12. Henry County is ranked number 7. As you see the Cougars go out to take the field, we'll come right back with the opening kickoff. You're watching Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
Need a tow? Call a pro. At A-Plus Towing and Recovery, we're standing by day or night, rain or shine. We service Gibson, Tipton, Shelby, Fayette, Haywood, and Madison counties, plus nationwide towing. A-Plus Towing and Recovery is ready to assist with general repair, 24-hour towing, roadside service, and more. Our technicians are highly trained and prioritize customer service above all else. A-Plus Towing and Recovery. We tow with integrity. Call 731-741-4545.
Back here at Munford, getting ready for opening kickoff. Playoff football, TSSAA 5A state playoffs. It's the second round. Winner goes to the quarterfinals, faces the winner of Springfield versus Memphis Central. We'll keep you abreast of that game and other games around the area as the night goes on. Game tonight brought to you, of course, by Ritter Communications, where you're watching this game. Ritter Communications right by you. Also brought to you by A-Plus Towing, Drango, and Farmers Insurance, Chad Gatlin's agency, which would be me.
Yeah, that's you, man.
Let's watch the kickoff here as number 63, Aiden Fry, gets ready to kick it off for the Patriots. Cougars will receive to start the game.
Big kicker. Oh, ball.
Oh my goodness, and it's a recovery. What an unlucky break. I've never seen that happen.
What a play. I mean, I know we want Munford to get the football on the kickoff. That was unbelievable. I cannot believe we just saw that. That's design. Clearly, that's design. Kick it off the opponent on the front line, go recover the onside kick.
If that is design,
it has to be.
That's really hard to do,
That's
though.
Incredible.
They kick it, it bounces off of the Munford. I thought it was just a design squib.
That's unbelievable.
But it bounced off the Munford player back to the offense, recovered by, I think, Caleb Van Dyke for the Patriots. Now they've got the ball to start the game and get the first drive.
How about that? Remember, watch this quarterback tonight. Quarterback's got some offers, we believe, from University of Kentucky, MTSU. Running back's got a Memphis offer, maybe a future Tiger, and an MTSU offer. So this offense is explosive tonight. Pay attention to those guys.
Ryan Dameron, the quarterback for the Patriots last week, 12 of 19, 200 yards, and 2 scores. And now the play is blown dead, and they jumped off sides, so they'll start at a deficit, 1st and 15 now.
Well, I was going to give you my keys to the game for the offense, but I'll go ahead and give them to you for the defense since we're starting on defense now. Penalties, certainly one of them. It's been a factor we've talked about all year. This front seven, though, tonight, the difference in football games for Munford has been whether they can get a push in the run game on the front seven or not. Passing game, obviously, Henry County has one of the better ones that Munford has seen this year, but that front seven is going to be a huge factor tonight for the Cougars. Loading the box.
So it looks like Norman is in at quarterback. Actually, he's going to take a direct snap. He's going to take it forward, and he will gain about a yard or so. That penalty, by the way, went against the Cougars, not the Patriots. As I wasn't a false start, it was encroachment. So 2nd and short here for the Patriots.
So it looked like you said, a direct snap there, a little bit of trickery, a little bit of early in the game. First 2 plays have been a little trickery for Henry County.
Now we'll see Dameron in at quarterback.
See what he has.
Dameron will fake the handoff. It's a keeper up the middle of the play. It sounded like I heard a whistle during the play, but it continued, and he gets the first down.
North and South running a really good run and fell forward right there. That was an excellent carry by that young man, quarterback. You said his name was Dameron, right? Ryan Dameron, really good runner. I'm impressed by what I've seen by him on that first run.
Munford defense on its heels early here.
It seems like this is going to be a fairly more balanced than most offenses we've seen, though, but I didn't realize what a threat this quarterback is to run the football.
2 receivers right for Dameron. Dameron will run it left. He's got a blocker. He'll get it out for a good 6-7 yard gain there.
And that's a huge factor. You can direct snap to the running back, direct snap to the quarterback. You don't have to wait all that time to do that exchange on that handoff. You can just get the ball and get upfield, and you've seen how well they've been running North and South thus far.
And so now with another 2nd and short, here come the Patriots.
Dameron and Barrick both back there.
Morgan Barrick, as you said, a potential Memphis Tiger in the future. He'll get the handoff, go off the left side, catch a block. He'll get it out for the first down. Not much more after that, though.
Couple of technical difficulties there, but you can see upfield. They're really running behind their blockers really well, and great blocking by the offensive line of Henry County thus far. The Patriots really blocking well. You see big number 76 out there. He's a good offensive lineman. They're running it left a lot.
1st and 10 now for the Patriots. They'll run 2 receivers right, 1 man in the backfield. Handoff, right side. Met after a couple of yards. Good tackle there on the play by the Cougars. That was, I think, Isaiah Pete. No, it was Zacharias Hodgen.
Great tackle right there. I mean, but we want to get a little more of a push if you're Munford on that front 7, right? They're getting hit initially, and like you said, great tackle right there. Kind of ran into a blocker, but Munford's got to get a push upfield a little bit. Don't want to be too aggressive, but just contain a little bit more, get off the blocks.
Zacharias Hodgen, leading tackler on this Munford defense coming into this game. 70 tackles on the year. The most by 12 on the team as Henry County carries the ball for another short gain. It'll bring up a 3rd and very short.
Kind of looks like last week, right? Old school 3 yards in a cloud of dust football. Like we've seen a lot of positive yardage thus far from this Henry County team.
Absolutely. Now, one thing we're seeing out of Henry County that we don't see out of a lot of teams these days at the high school or even the collegiate level is a huddle.
Right. Snapping the ball at the line of scrimmage. Well, always snapping it. Calling the play at the line of scrimmage. Excuse me.
Dameron takes the snap. He'll hand it off. It goes to the right side and is brought down around the 10-yard line. That's enough for a first down. Cole Townsend carrying the ball there for the Patriots.
It's not a lot of yards, and I don't think Munford's doing particularly a bad job of wrapping up and tackling, but it's just the Patriots are getting that initial push, and that's good for 3 or 4 yards just about every single play thus far on this drive. But no explosive plays thus far. If you're looking for positives on this first drive, at least you're containing them to that point.
That's true. It is a clock-eating drive. 8:16 left to go in the first quarter. Dameron hands it off, and he'll get it again. He'll get it now down to the 5-yard line before he stopped. 5-yard gain there by Townsend.
Townsend really running the ball well there, patient running, and the thing that most impresses me is how north and south they are, right? There's no wasted movement by these runners.
No, and as you said, patient running. You see them waiting on the block to get in place before they sprint forward.
And even riding their blockers a little bit as they go upfield. Same formation here, looks like.
2nd and goal now for the Patriots from the 5. Dameron. He's got Townsend in the backfield with him. He'll fake the handoff, keep it himself, try to get forward. He won't get in. He'll get it down to the 2-yard line, but he is brought down by the Cougars. That'll bring up 3rd and goal.
I couldn't see who that was that tripped him up, but whoever it was on that front line there, great, just ankle tackle, tripped up the quarterback, and Dameron goes down. That was one of the better defensive plays from this Munford defense. Same formation again, excuse me.
The Munford defense looking to make a huge stand. 2 receivers left, 2 backs in the backfield this time. Handoff goes to Townsend. He goes around the left side. He gets tripped up, but then he is able to spin and is he in? Yes, he's in for the touchdown. I never saw a signal.
I think it was the far official. I didn't see him do it either, but it had to have been because I looked at every other official and I didn't see a signal.
I looked at every official signaling the play dead, but I didn't see anyone signal touchdown. But it must have been on the far side because he does have a touchdown. So the Patriots go up 6-0, and we've got a PAT.
And Townsend spun off that tackle really well to get in there. That was, again, another great instance of running the football. And it's up and good.
Is up and good, and the Patriots take the early lead here in Munford, 7-0. Henry County leading, 6:47 left to go in the first quarter. You're watching Cougar football on Ritter Communications. Stop him.
Yeah, no one was doing it.
Back here in Munford, ready for the kickoff. Henry County was supposed to kick it off to start the game, Jay, and they ended up getting the ball on maybe an onside kick, maybe a messed up squib, but it turned out to be an onside kick that they recovered, and they go down and score.
We're going to find out here for sure if that was a planned. Well, I guess we might not if he kicks it off regularly, but if it's another squib here, you'll be right. I mean, a wild kickoff, one of the wildest plays I've ever seen, but an excellent first drive from Henry County's offense for sure, apart from the kickoff. But great field position, too. I mean, you can't fault Munford's defense too much.
Apologize if you're having some problems with the picture. There is some interference with the signal as this kickoff bounces down and is picked up then by Akarius Hodgin. Maybe ill-advised as he gets no yards on the return.
Started about the 15 then, so, not great starting field position there, and it goes back to the last drive, started on 46, minus 46 for the Patriots. This one starts on the minus 15 for the Cougars. They've got to go the long way here, and that's been their struggle. They've struggled going the long way this year, especially last week in that playoff game. Strives that they started in short field. Obviously, they converted a much more high rate than they did going the long way, but let's see what this offense has here on this first drive from Munford.
Absolutely. First time we'll see Jordan Bell bring his team onto the field. Avik White, the workhorse running back, in the backfield on his left.
Like you said, getting the play at the line of scrimmage, like you said, all high school football, but Munford's doing the same thing. Oh, high snap.
High snap, but the handoff goes to White, and he'll get forward for about 3 before he's brought down.
So, really looking for Munford's offensive line to get a push. As much as they run the football, we want their offense to look exactly like Henry County's did. Get that initial 3-4 yard push on the front line and get a few yards right there. Avik White first down, 3 yards on that first down play. So it's a pretty good play right there to start the game.
Bell takes the snap. He'll hand it off to White on the option, but it is blown up in the backfield. Multiple Patriots back there leading the way. It looks like was Thomas Conroy, who last week had 3.5 tackles and 2 for loss.
Big fella right there and sniffed out that run play. Game of line of scrimmage right now. I mean, the battle at the line of scrimmage is really being won by Henry County in the first 6.5 minutes of this game with 5:48 left here.
3rd and long. Bell, stumbles as he wanted to run. Now he's just looking for a man to throw it to. He'll chuck it downfield. He's got a wide open Hunter Gill. Hunter Gill catches the ball. Now he's got one man to beat. He gets brought down, but not before a huge gain. And what a way to get out of trouble for Jordan Bell.
Explosive offense, a huge play right there. Unbelievable third down, throw and catch to get the first down. Remarkable. They're still discussing something back there. It looks like there's a flag down on the field.
There is a flag in the –
illegal man
downfield. And you run that risk, Jay, when the play takes too long to develop and you've got to chunk it, that lineman could get too far, and that's what happened.
You're right. It is the risk you run, that amount of play clock, but you never want that to happen, right? You got to know your rules. You got to stay within those 5 yards. That's a shame. That's a huge chunk play that you have to take away there. Brings up 3rd and even longer.
It was a great job by Jordan Bell getting himself out of trouble. He stumbled, was nearly taken down, runs to the other side of the field, finds Hunter Gill. Hunter Gill finds an open spot on the field to get. What a beautiful play that's now erased by a penalty.
So what does it bring up? 3rd and 15 now it looks like. So this is going to be a real 3rd and long situation.
Now it's pretty much a definite throw. 4 receivers in the set for Munford. High snap. He handles it, looking for his man. Now he's going to look to run, and he's got defenders all over him. He'll get nowhere, and he is brought down on that one. Bring up 4th down, and it looks like Cernelia will have to come in and punt from the end zone.
Trying to make a play there, doing a little too much. And, you want to get the throw away, maybe throw the ball away there, but a sack doesn't kill you in that situation. I mean, you're already 3rd and 15, and really you lose like 3 or 4 yards there. It's a punt situation. So we'll see if Cernelia can pin him deep here. Tough first drive, though, for sure, especially with a play called back. But, I mean –
such an exciting play.
Absolutely.
My heart is still bracing from the play, even though it didn't count. Maybe that's the great thing about football, though.
And, I take back what I said. That sack really does hurt you because you can see where this return is going to return this from.
Oh, it was nearly blocked. He got the kickoff, but it wasn't very good. He'll only get out to the 30-yard line. And that's where Henry County will take over with excellent field position.
Yeah, starting at the 30-yard line. You thought they started with good field position on the last drive at the -46. This one starts at the +30. They're on the 30-yard line, only 30 yards to go here. And as well as they churn that last drive out, I have a feeling we might see another score here on this one.
The Munford defense will need to stand strong. They don't want this to get away from them in the first quarter.
No.
4:11 left in this first quarter right now. Henry County leading 7-0.
You don't want to leave yourself susceptible. You don't want to leave yourself susceptible to the pass, but I think you got to stack the box here if you're Munford's defense.
Two receivers right, dropping back to
Screen.
pass. He's got the screen. It's open, and he's got a field in front of him all the way. Oh, he gets hit right at the line. What's the ruling? Touchdown. They did give him the touchdown. He did pay for it. Jace Kendall, though, with the big run after catch for Henry County off the pass from Dameron.
Great hit in the secondary after a touchdown, obviously, but got to call that screen out when you're rushing the quarterback. No one really recognized it. A lot of open space there on after the catch.
It was so open, the blockers seemed confused.
Yeah, seriously. Didn't know who to block. There was no one in front of him. You're right.
So whereas the last one was a methodical drive downfield that sort of Henry County used their size and strength to their advantage, this one really just a blown play, one mistake by the Munford defense, but they give up a touchdown.
Well, great play call, too. What I just say, you got to stack the box, and what does he pull out? He pulls out a screen, which makes you pay for rushing the quarterback too aggressively. So great play call.
Snap is handled and down. Extra point is up and good. And the Henry County Patriots take a 14-0 lead in this, the second round of the 5A playoffs in Tennessee. 4:01 left in this first quarter. We'll be right back with more Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
Need a tow? Call a pro. At A+ Towing and Recovery, we're standing by day or night, rain or shine. We service Gibson, Tipton, Shelby, Fayette, Haywood, and Madison counties, plus nationwide towing. A+ Towing and Recovery is ready to assist with general repair, 24-hour towing, roadside service, and more. Our technicians are highly trained and prioritize customer service above all else. A+ Towing and Recovery. We tow with integrity. Call 731-741-4545.
Henry County getting ready to kick the ball off for the third time in just the first quarter of the game after scoring for their second time against the Munford defense on a screen pass that went to Jace Kendall from Ryan Dameron for a 30-yard touchdown.
Yeah, one play score there. You never want those as a defense. I'll say more. Oh, no.
Onside kick by Henry County, and Munford will recover this one. It wouldn't have gone far enough anyway, but Munford will gain possession on the right side of the field this time, so maybe something good to give this Cougar offense a spark.
Like you said, on the right side of the field. And I was about to say after that kickoff this is a huge drive for Munford. If you can reset yourself and come out with a positive drive here, that's huge, right? It becomes a one-score game if you can get a touchdown, but at least you get points on the board, even if it's just a field goal. And this field position is exactly what Munford was looking for to score. Like we just said, they score a lot of the time, very high percentage when they work from a short field.
Munford lines up with two receivers. Bell and White in the backfield. Bell's looking for the snap. He hands it off to White on the option. White will get nowhere.
Doesn't look like Henry County's respecting the pass much at all. They're really stacking the box. Those linebackers are just looking in the backfield. And they knew on first down that Munford's going to try and run the football. As we bring up second down and 10 again here. Just can't get anything going in the run game so far.
I think it was Lewis Hudson on the tackle for the Patriots there.
But they got this overload here on the line of scrimmage.
Fakes the handoff. He's looking to pass. He's got an open man, but I think he caught it out of bounds. And, no, they're going to call it a completed catch.
Excellent.
That is Mason Medill on the reception, and that's a good 9-yard reception for Medill. They'll bring up third and short.
I think that's the kind of play that can maybe open up the run game a little bit, because I just feel like that Henry County is going to sniff out the run until Munford makes them respect the pass a little bit more, and that play's a good start. Oh, he might be bringing pressure again. They're resetting the play on defense.
That's the safety position coming up to show blitz.
I'll say it after this play here.
Handoff goes to White. White looks up the middle.
Oh,
He
yeah.
gets forward for the first down. And there it is. An A-plus towing and recovery first down for the Cougars.
And you can kind of see every single play there, depending on how the tight end that plays in the back, their split end, I guess you could call it, for Munford plays, they'll shift the linebackers to one side or the other, and they're bringing that safety up like you saw in that last play. I've seen it pretty much on every play I've looked at so far. Yeah, they're doing the see, they're shifting again. Overloading one side.
Medill in motion, and he drops a handoff from Bell. Bell just has a fall on it smartly, though. Bell does fall on it, and it only loses 3 yards there.
It's tough to get first downs when you play from behind the sticks, though, and that's a couple. Yeah, every first down play they've had so far has struggled to get any yardage. So you never want to play from behind the sticks, but if you're going to have a bad play like that, at least have it happen on first down. As now it's second and about 15 here, 14 yards.
2:30 left in the first quarter. 2nd and 13. Bell, play action. Over the middle, he's got Gill. Gill catches it at the 30-yard line and is brought down, but a good gain there by the Cougars.
Middle of the field was left wide open. Those linebackers, their just eyes are in the backfield. Henry County's defense respects the run so much. You got to get them back a little bit, and it looks like Coach Calhoun and offensive coordinator Reggie Nullums is doing a great job of that right now.
Bell with the snap, hand off to White this time. White tries it off the left tackle, and he'll push his way forward for a couple. He's close to the first down, and they'll give it to him. First down, Cougars, an A-plus towing and recovery, first down.
I mean, you say it all the time, right? You say it all the time that this guy's a snub for Mr. Football. I mean, he's ran the ball so well all year, and you can see how hard he's running the football now. Play before that, he reaches out right there. He just fought for extra yards through 2 tacklers. All look White's running with a purpose.
2 receivers left. Handoff, White, left side. He's patient, finds a block, gets forward, going to get about 4 before he's brought down.
Again, running the ball well, it seems like so far. Whenever they can get a push on the line of scrimmage, it seems like they can eke out a few yards there, and the pass has made Henry County respect a little bit more. Those best first and second down plays we've seen so far.
2nd and 6 from the 20 for the Cougars. 1 minute left to go in the quarter. Play action. Rolls out to his right. Bell has a man wide open in the end zone. It's Hodgen. Hodgen with the catch. Touchdown, Cougars. An excellent catch by Akarius Hodgen for the touchdown.
What a play right there. 24-yard touchdown pass by my book. What a throw and catch. I got a little nervous, I got to be honest, when Hodgen started backpedaling, but he knew exactly what he was doing. That ball hit him right in the chest. Great catch, secure it. 1-score game now. Touchdown Cougars, 54 seconds left in this first quarter. Oh, yeah, line up. I love it. Let's see it.
It's Jay's favorite extra point.
Oh,
lineup.
I love it. It's my favorite.
I should call it PAT lineup.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
Now it looks like Braxton Brown, whose leg has put the go-ahead score on the board the last 2 weeks in a row, will come in for the extra point. The snap was very low, but good job there by the holder to get it, and Braxton Brown puts it up and through for the extra point, and now it's 14-7, a 1-score game. You're watching Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app can save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Cougar football brought to you by Ritter Communications. The Cougars just put one in the end zone. A 20-plus yard pass from Bell to Hodgen for the touchdown, and now they kick off, and it's an onside kick, and is recovered by Henry County. Both these teams trying for the trickery early.
And you saw, even if they didn't do the onside kick, I'm not sure you could see it on your screen there, but Henry County was lined up. Their deepest man was about on the 25-yard line. We know how much Munford County likes that little short short little pooch kick. I don't know what you would call it exactly. I guess a pooch kick. But they were lined up to prepare for it, so that's interesting. I don't think we've seen a team do that to prepare for that kind of kick against the Cougars this year.
No, but we have seen the Cougars, as you said, they try that short one, and they do like to try the onside at any time during the game.
I hate giving them the ball on the opponent's side of the 50, though. Ooh, offset I formation.
Handoff goes right up the middle. He finds a little bit of room before he's met by the linebacking core and brought down.
Interesting how much better of a push up front Munford was able to get when Henry County went under center there. Maybe it was just that play itself. I don't want to look too much into it, but that's interesting. I find that interesting. That's probably the best first down defensive play Munford's had all day.
It looked like he may have some room, and Landon Deere shot that gap. Very quickly closed that hole.
Excellent recognition as the clock ticks down. 25 seconds left in this first quarter. They don't have to run a play if they don't want to, I don't believe.
It looks like they'll at least line up. 18 seconds and ticking here. Twins right.
Yeah, maybe trying to get the corners out of the box.
Handoff goes, and it is and he breaks the tackle and gets clear. He's got one man to beat. It's Akarius Hodgen who will bring him down before he can score, but a huge run by Townsend for the Patriots and a touchdown-saving tackle by Akarius Hodgen.
Yeah, that was a really good run by Townsend. I got to give the young man credit. That was an excellent run and great defense by Hodgen in the secondary as well. Touchdown-saving tackle, like you said. But I've really been impressed by the way this young man runs the football. It seems like every week Munford plays a team that just runs the football really well, and add Henry County to that list for sure. Townsend is something else, man.
And that will wrap up the first quarter here. The Patriots lead by a score, but they're threatening for the second quarter when we end up coming back for that. It has been quite a I'm sorry, I was getting some instruction there. It has been quite a first quarter, highs and lows, but Henry County definitely showing their strength and size in this game. We'll be right back on Ritter Communications.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app could save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
We flip sides of the field. Henry County has the ball here on the 3-yard line.
Shotgun goal line formation here. How about that?
And it's a toss, and he'll get in easily. Townsend with the touchdown for the Patriots, and they're back up 2 scores in this one.
Yeah, another good touchdown, explosive play. What did I say on the first drive? I was like, well, at least Munford, not allowing those explosive plays. It seems like 2 plays later, they've scored 2 more touchdowns.
It really has been 2 explosive plays that told the story for this Henry County offense.
That was
up and good.
5 seconds off the clock here in the second quarter so far.
21-7 is the score. Patriots lead the Cougars. We'll keep it right here for the upcoming kickoff. Again, if we do apologize for some of the picture problems, some interference that we're trying to get worked out here.
I'm interested to see here this next kickoff for Henry County. I've been mesmerized by the special teams game from Munford all year, but it seems like Henry County wants to play that same kind of game. You've seen a lot of onside kicks so far. I can't imagine. I mean, I guess you have a 2-score lead, but it seems like at some point Henry County's not going to want to give Munford a short field too many times. Now that you've already got one and you didn't get another one, and the one time you kicked it off, Munford started on the 15-yard line. So maybe Henry County's got their fix at this point. It's probably going to kick them deep and pin. They know they can get a stop if they can pin Munford deep.
Henry County has been the bane of Munford for the last decade in the playoffs. It would be huge if the Cougars could get this win.
Road to state goes through Henry County.
It is, you called it, Jay, a long kickoff all the way down to the 6-yard line. Jace Hodgen takes it, though, and has a great return. The speed of Hodgen up to the 41, 35-yard return.
Excellent starting field position there. That's a great job by the Munford return team. Almost outkicked his coverage a little bit there, right? It was a little bit of a lower kick, not a lot of air under it, and it just allowed 20 yards of open space to get going.
Jace Hodgen.
I mean, he returns the ball. He does everything really well, but a receiver, obviously, but he's just so explosive when he touches the football.
And you would think on this team, if you had to guess who had the highest average yards per carry on the team, you would think it would be Avic White. It is not. It is Jace Hodgen.
Got to love the jet sweep.
Avic White, speaking of, with the handoff, gets 2 off the right side, second down.
So another short gain on first down there, but it beats a negative play, right? It beats a negative play, even if it's going to be 2 yards. I want to see, as the game goes on, I'd like to see Munford throw it on first down a little bit more, though.
3 receivers to the left in this one. Bell tries to get the defense to show their cards. Now he's going to get the call from the sideline. White will move to his right side. Handoff will go to White up the middle. White will push his way forward for a few, and it'll bring up 3rd and short.
That's a really good run there, to be honest. I did not think they could get that going because after that ball was snapped, you just see the linebackers immediately take 2 or 3 steps up towards the line of scrimmage, but all the passes that Munford has run have been play action, so it seems like they're committing a little bit early. I think Munford can take advantage of that.
Another handoff to White. He's met in the backfield this time. He spins off of one but can't get past the other one. Henry County wants a fumble, but he was down before the ball came out. And that'll bring up 4th down, loss of 1 on the play.
Tough sledding there, honestly. I mean, that was a really good push up front, and Avic White spun off the first hit to fight for any yardage right there, leave it at 4th and short. 4 down territory, though.
Carius Hodgen will go out wide right. They'll put Medill and Gill on the left. White's in the backfield with Bell. Davis, offset tight end.
Oh,
it's a keeper by Bell. He makes a man miss. What a move. He gets the first down. What a move in the backfield by Jordan Bell.
Seriously, that play looked like it was a tackle for loss, and Jordan Bell just gets free.
Look at that.
Unbelievable fights for that first down. Gets the opponent's side of the field, and we got a fresh set of downs here.
Hurry up goes to White. White gets about 2, and he'll be brought down. That line is stout.
Oh, it really is. It really is. On offense and defense, they just don't allow Munford to get any kind of push. And, I mean, size-wise, it looks fairly comparable, but there's no doubt Henry County does have the advantage when it comes to size on both lines, at least by my naked eye.
3 receivers set. Bell, play action. Back to pass. He's got to roll over to his left. He's in trouble now. He's got to roll out. He's going to go ahead and keep it for himself. Gets the first down and more. And steps out of bounds near the 20-yard line. And there is a flag after the play, possibly a late hit out of bounds. We'll have to wait on the signal and see.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, but an unbelievable run to make something out of nothing there. And that's one reason I love the pass. If Jordan Bell can be patient, he definitely has that opportunity to break free and create something out of nothing.
And here comes the head referee for the call. It is a personal foul penalty, and it will go against the Patriots. So tack 15 on to the run for Bell. And now Munford is in business to get this one back down to 1 score.
18-yard run there by my count from Jordan Bell, and this is the kind of drive that gets you going a little bit here if you're Munford. This is a little more positive.
Oh, confusion.
Oh,
the personal foul, there's changing, and now saying the personal foul was against Munford.
What do you think it was, if you had to guess? I mean, we have no idea, but just wild speculation. Do you think he said something? Block it? You think it was hands or something?
Hands to the face, maybe, or taunting. I don't know what it was.
I don't know either. But at least it doesn't negate the play. Still a 20-yard run.
It doesn't put you behind the sticks.
Exactly.
It's still 1st and 10.
Exactly.
So, 37-yard line, 1st and 10, handoff to White. He'll push forward.
You know
White will never be brought down on first contact.
No, he's such a tough kid. But you know what I mean, though? On that first down, just a waiting. I know we want to give all Vic White the ball as much as possible, but I feel like just maybe some kind of play action or pass on first down might open up those second and third down runs a little bit more.
I think you will see offensive coordinator Reggie Nellums start to take advantage of the cheating up of the linebackers. Back to passes, Bell can't find a man. Now he's got pressure. He's got to dump it, and it is almost picked off. Dangerous throw there by Bell. Should have just thrown it away.
You're not kidding, very dangerous. And that's one thing. He's a young quarterback, obviously, only a sophomore here, getting college looks, and there's no question his mechanics and just his throws in general have gotten way better as the season has progressed. I think that's the next step for him, right? We want to see him throw those balls away because sometimes he just throws it up, and as you play better teams and you play at higher levels, teams make you pay for that more and more.
3rd and 10 now for the Cougars. 4 receivers set. Low snap. Drops back.
Oh, got him. Oh,
looking
no, he
for
doesn't.
and he overthrows him, and it goes out of bounds. Akarius Hodgson realized quickly he was going to have to play defense on that one, so good job by him, but the ball was uncatchable by anyone, and that'll bring up 4th down.
What do you do here? Before they make a decision, what would you do here on 4th down if you're the Cougars?
The quick slant has been very successful for them in situations like this. When they're expecting a long pass, they're able to hit the slant with either Medill or Gill coming across the field.
Oh, wow. I really thought they were going to punt. I was going to say punt it, but it doesn't look like it.
And the throw goes, and it is Gill, and he'll catch it. He's got the first down. First down, Cougars. Nice 4th down conversion.
Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Great 4th down play, great curl, first down, Cougars. Love it.
I had the right receiver, wrong route.
Yeah, but still, though, I mean, a short route, like you said, a medium yardage, short yardage route picks up a first down because, like you said, people expecting a long pass.
Bell in the gun. They're moving quick. Handoff. No, it's a fake, and he'll find Gill again. This time Gill will get 5 before he's brought down.
Gill's really having a good day, and that's like you said, start to get more creative with these play calls. That's a run call, right? That's basically a run call they made, but had to get the ball somewhere else so they don't just stack the box the way they had been.
2nd and short now for the Cougars. 2 receivers in the set. Handoff goes to White. White tries the right side, gets contact behind the line, but is able to push back forward, and now he's close to a first down. They'll move the sticks. First down, Cougars.
They'll give it to him. We like that. Like that a lot. And he's just so tough. Even if you hit him behind the line of scrimmage, he always seems to fight for extra yardage.
So it's an A-plus towing and recovery. First down and 10 for the Cougars.
They're going to get their money's worth tonight.
From the 19-yard line, Bell back to pass. He's looking in the end zone for Hodgson. He got it. Touchdown, Cougars. Bell to Hodgson. That's the ticket tonight. And it's a one-score game again.
Hodgson's 2nd touchdown. Great throw. I mean, really good throw. On the money right there. Hit him right in target. That was good coverage, too, honestly. He could have got a hand there, but the throw was just right there on that shoulder. In stride for 6. Back to a one-score game pending a field goal. Or pending an extra point, excuse me.
Let's see what they do. Looks like they'll let Brown kick it again. 7:16 to go in the half.
A lot of offense here with 7:16 left to go in the first half.
Up and good. Braxton Brown with the extra point, and it's 21-14. We've got a good one here in Munford. You're watching Cougar football on Ritter Communications. Back here in Munford, giving you an update from the Springfield Central game. Springfield leading Central 14-0 in the first quarter of that one.
Tough start.
Winner of that one plays the winner of this one next week.
Central is a really good football team, too. Just speaking of teams from this area that play great football. Running back up for Mr. Football. He runs the ball well. He's certainly playing at the next level.
Absolutely.
Brandon something, right?
He's
can't think of his
committed
name.
somewhere. I just can't remember where off the top of my head.
Neither can I. So let's see here, Munford. So now you can kind of see this return game. The deepest man is at the 26-yard line, 27-yard line now. Let's pin him deep.
Brown ready to kick it off. It is another onside attempt, and it is caught and fielded very well by Norman Duncan for the Patriots.
Yeah, the hands team for Patriots is ready and prepared. You can see him even turned that way. And you can't fault the Cougars for being aggressive, but, I just hate giving them a short field. I really don't like it. It's just a tough way to play defense. You got your defense already backed up there. That's one reason after the Cougars scored a touchdown, so my coaching was not good on the last offensive drive, but that's one reason why I would have punted them away, just because I wanted to pin them inside the 10 and make them go the long way.
Well, I have to agree. On the kickoff, I feel like kicking it deep may have been a better, just because of the way they've been running the football, may have been better for the Cougars. Rolling out to his right on a bootleg, he'll throw, and it's overthrown. No good.
Smart play there. Either your man gets it or nobody gets it. Good throw right there by number 2, Dameron. But you can't fault the Cougars also for being aggressive either. And that's what, you saw the first kickoff for Henry County, aggressive on the first play. It worked out for them. If it works out for the Cougars on that last kickoff, maybe we have a different conversation going. So hard to fault them from being aggressive, but I think at some point you're going to have to make that switch.
I think you're right, especially if the game remains close like this.
Right.
2nd and 10. Handoff up the middle, patient running, and he'll get it out to the 40-yard line before he's drug out of bounds.
And we say patient running, like he gets, 3 or 4 yards there and then just stops. And he makes a cut to the left, and now he finds more open space. And that's what we're talking about when we say patient running. Just dissecting what the defense, see what the defense gives you and take it. Don't try and do too much. Really good run.
3rd and 3 now for the Patriots. Surprising that we've seen so much of Townsend and so little of Barrick.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But Townsend, can't, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
And now it's a quarterback keeper, and he is met at the line and brought down. He will fall forward for a couple, but not enough, I don't think, for the first down. Good job by Jalen Dowell.
It'll be close for sure. Player down, it looks like. Got rolled up on.
Sure did. I'm trying to get the number. It looks like it's 65, I think. And if it was, that'd be Maddox Jenkins that's down for the Patriots, and it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a tough play there. Just kind of goes forward. Just got rolled up on. I hope young man's okay.
So we'll pause while they take care of the injured player. We'll be right back with more Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
Need a tow? Call a pro. At A-Plus Towing and Recovery, we're standing by day or night, rain or shine. We service Gibson, Tipton, Shelby, Fayette, Haywood, and Madison counties, plus nationwide towing. A-Plus Towing and Recovery is ready to assist with general repair, 24-hour towing, roadside service, and more. Our technicians are highly trained and prioritize customer service above all else. A-Plus Towing and Recovery. We tow with integrity. Call 731-741-4545.
Jenkins was able to walk off the field under his own power, so that is good news for the Patriots. Ritter is not just internet and TV. Their home security is designed for how you really live with a wireless connected platform that makes your home safer, smarter, and more enjoyable than ever. Go to RitterCommunications.com to find out more. 4th and 1 for the Patriots.
Huge play. Stacked box here from the Cougars. That goal line shotgun formation again, too. Maybe the same play they ran on the goal line.
Handoff. Trying the left side. Met at the line. He's got the first down, and he'll get a little bit more as he breaks past the first line of defenders, but Jalen Dowell not going to let him go and get much more than that.
Well said. He got the first down and more. There. Just seeing churning his legs there. It seems like he was just chopping his feet in place for about 7 yards there.
Townsend, although I wonder about the status of Barrick,
I think it's a big question.
Townsend is impressive. tonight?
I think it's a good question, the status of Barrett, too. I was thinking the same thing. But you're right. I mean, if you got Townsend, you might as well hand him the football. He is doing a great job. I really like this young man.
1st and 10 now for the Patriots. Bringing pressure is Munford, but it'll go straight up the middle, and a big hole. He's able to make one man miss and get it all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots. Townsend.
That young man can run. I mean, I'll tell you what, he is churning. Look at that cut, man. That guy is a good football player.
Wonderful downfield vision.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Great run. Unbelievable. You got to respect the run there. Man, that's an explosive play.
That puts the Patriots back up 2 scores, 27-14. We got a PAT pending. Kick is up and good. 5:11 left in the first half. Patriots 28-14 over the Cougars. You're watching Munford Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app can save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Back here in Munford, Henry County about to kick off after the terrific run by Cole Townsend to put it in the end zone for the Patriots. Townsend has been the star of this Henry County team all night long.
You bet. I mean, he's really running the football well, and they've used Dameron a little bit to offset his running ability, and Dameron runs the ball really well too, don't get me wrong. But they haven't needed much more than Townsend tonight. He has ran the ball with a head of steam. He turned his legs well, patient running like we said, and he capitalized right on the last play for 6.
They'll kick it deep again.
Wow, open space
Hodgson
there.
will let it bounce. Now he'll pick it up off the bounce, try to return it, and he's caught by the jersey. He'll get a loss on the play. And Coach Calhoun has got to talk to him and say, Acarius, you just got to let that one fall dead. This is twice he's done it.
That was an interesting kick there. They just basically kicked it to open space, and there was no one there to return it. Special teams has really told a big story. Like we said, we talk about special teams, I think, every week here at Munford football games, but tonight there's no question that special teams has been a huge factor in this football game. I think it's the difference in why it's a 2-score game. Honestly, they got the football first on that first kickoff.
Starting field position has favored the Patriots heavily.
Mm-hmm. And I tell you what, they get the ball at half, too, here in a 2-score game with 5 minutes left. This becomes an even bigger drive for the Cougars.
Or do they with the kickoffs we've seen?
Well, that's a great point, too.
We'll wait and see.
Oh, late sub.
Oh, and now to be an illegal substitution call, and they'll get half the distance to the goal.
They took a timeout, it looks like, before that, thank goodness. Yeah,
And
good.
Yes, they will take a timeout, and so we'll take one with them. We'll be right back to see this drive start. You're watching Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
Need a tow? Call a pro. At A Plus Towing and Recovery, we're standing by day or night, rain or shine. We service Gibson, Tipton, Shelby, Fayette, Haywood, and Madison counties, plus nationwide towing. A Plus Towing and Recovery is ready to assist with general repair, 24-hour towing, roadside service, and more. Our technicians are highly trained and prioritize customer service above all else. A Plus Towing and Recovery. We tow with integrity. Call 731-741-4545.
So the Cougars pinned deep in their own territory. They avoided getting a penalty there by calling a timeout. They didn't have enough men on the field. Had a late substitution coming in. Man in motion, and it is handed off to Jace Hodgson. He'll find his way around on that end around, and he'll get it forward to the 17-yard line.
Finding creative ways to run the same kinds of first down plays. I mean, really good scheming from Reggie Nellums down there, offensive coordinator for Munford. I love that first down play. Brings up second down and very short here.
As we mentioned, he doesn't carry the ball as much as White or even Bell, but he averages the most yards on that jet sweep does Jace Hodge, and he averages over 10 yards a carry on the season.
And he's definitely been a problem. There's no doubt about it.
And there is some
bring the chain gang
on
out
the field. Yeah, they're going to measure now. Officials timeout. So we will see if they got the first. I don't think they got it, but they think it's close enough to measure, and I got to hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, you know what? We'll take a new set of downs. Yeah, it'll be short. Oh, maybe not. Oh, that's short.
It is just short, about 2 inches there. And so that will bring up a second and incredibly short for the Cougars. I think you get a chance to take a shot here, Jay.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think this is a great opportunity to take a shot. And, I mean, look how close the safeties are playing to the line of scrimmage. Less than, 6 yards, 5 yards? Not even. Great opportunity to take a shot, but only 2 out wide. Oh, no, 2 on the other side.
And it's going to fake the handoff to Hodge, and he'll keep it for himself, get it out to the right side, and run forward for a good gain.
All that motion is like we said, when the ball was snapped, I'm seeing these linebackers take immediate steps to where they think the football is going. And you saw that jet sweep fake there. That quarterback keeper really created a lot of open space for Bell to run the football.
And when Bell is making the right decisions in the read option game, Munford is really good.
No
This
question.
one's a screen to Hodgen. He'll catch it. He doesn't have enough blockers to meet all the defenders, so it'll only go forward for about a half a yard.
But still, that's a positive play. You know, it beats some of these run plays when they're sniffing them out. They were starting behind the sticks on the negative first down play. So even if your first down play doesn't go for a lot, I like we're finding different creative ways to do the same kind of plays.
And that is at least the first time in a while, if not the first time all season, we've seen that quick line receiver screen there.
You're right. By my count, I believe you're right.
Bell, play action. He's dropping back, can't find a man, being chased in the backfield. Now he's going to break free. He's just going to have to throw it away or make a decision, and he does throw it to an empty part of the field. Did it make it back to the line of scrimmage? I do not see a flag, so that'll bring up third down.
And that's kind of the play we're talking about there. Credit Bell for extending the play and trying to make something happen. But, you know, keep your eyes downfield. You have short windows to get it to guys when plays are scrambled like that. Otherwise, you just got to throw the ball away. That's one area I'd like to see him get a little bit better. But the fact that he can extend plays like that is something you can't teach.
I agree, Jay, but I believe the first time he stopped, he should have he thought about throwing it away and should have that time rather than keep
You saw him think about it
extend.
multiple times, though. You're right.
Looking to throw again.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a man. It is caught over the middle. It's Dalvin Dickerson. First down. A-plus towing and recovery. First down, Cougars.
Those safeties are playing so far up. All these inside routes, it seems like he can just hit him in stride. You saw the one touchdown was a slant route like that. That was a post route on that play, and there's just no safety coverage there. Great play.
And a great route by Dickerson, the way he held his defender to the outside. And it's really what you have to be able to do as a receiver is sort of shield the defender completely from the ball.
I agree.
Hand off to White. He'll get a couple.
Four-yard gain, though. Great first down play by the Cougars, honestly. I mean, that's the kind of first down play you want to get, and that was just a regular run play.
And that's Audric White, who first contact was at the line.
Yeah, exactly.
And pushed it forward for 4. It's White again. Oh, he's met in the backfield this time. He ain't going to be able to get away from this one. That was Tyson Hornbuckle in there blowing that one up.
Credit this Henry County defense. Munford has had to get super creative with its play calling in order to get anything going. I mean, 2 run plays right there. That's the first positive run play like that, 4 yards. But then you try and go back to it again, Henry County's ready for it.
Bell with 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, looking to his left to throw. Now he's pressured in the backfield. He'll be sacked. I think it's Will Overton and another player whose number I didn't catch, maybe Thomas Conroy, teaming up on the sack there.
That's a tough play there. Not a huge loss, though, and it seems like Munford is in the business of going for it on fourth down here today.
It's going to be a Tall task here, 4th and 13. They'll run 3 receivers right, 1 to the left again.
See what they do here. Safety's playing a little bit deeper this time.
Play action to White.
Man.
Bell.
Oh,
No.
no.
He fell down. He was touched down, but he fell down before he was ever touched, so that'll go down as a turnover on downs. And Henry County will take back over.
Good field position again.
That play was doomed from the start, it looked like, Jay, because he started backpedaling very quickly on that one, lost his footing a little bit in the beginning, and I think that's what caused him not to be able to look downfield.
I wouldn't call it happy feet necessarily, but it's the same kind of thing as happy feet, right? A lot of pressure gets going, and it takes you get antsy, maybe takes your eyes off downfield, just takes your focus away a little bit, and I think that's that's what happened on that play.
Well, and this is one of the things that comes with maturity as a
Yeah.
quarterback. As we watch the handoff now, we'll get to see Barrick. Barrick will take it for 7 and maybe 8. He actually didn't get brought down on the initial contact. He'll get 9 out of it. What a quarterback has to learn over the maturation process is how to stand in the pocket and make the throw, and when to do that and when to roll out.
Yeah.
Even if you're a quarterback with great legs, rolling out is not always the best option.
You're right.
Barrick will run it again, and he'll get a couple, and that'll be enough for a first down, Patriots. 1 minute, 9 seconds left in the first half here.
As Henry County takes a timeout, it looks like.
They don't want the clock to run out on them. They would love to go up 3 scores going into halftime.
And get the ball at half. That's a difference maker. This is a difference-making drive right here, absolutely. Even with just 3 points.
We'll keep it right here for you as the teams go into timeout. You see Henry County there talking it over, but just note the size. You see the line, the offensive line right there, all 4 across.
How about that?
For Henry County. Note the size of these kids. I
And,
mean,
and
those are
70
full-grown men over there beside them.
And 76 is a D1 prospect. That guy's 6'6", 300 pounds. And look at those gentlemen next to him. Look just as big as he does.
And not just a D1 prospect, an Alabama and Georgia prospect.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
The number 1 and 2 teams in the country, according to the college football playoff committee.
And I would say this, according to the committee, I would say this game is being won by Henry County at the line of scrimmage on both offense and defense right now.
100% agree. It's play action,
got
and he
it, man.
wants it all. He's got a man.
What a
It is
throw.
caught. Touchdown, Patriots. And they will go up 3 scores before halftime. Will Overton with the catch.
A Hudson Separillo, I believe, 88 or 89, one of the two.
88, you're right.
Hudson Separillo, but, I mean, the throw by Dameron on the money. What a throw right there. That was in stride. And I was talking before the game with those guys. Obviously, we know he's a Kentucky recruit, but I knew how impressive his arm was, and it showed it right there.
So, and like you said about the game being won and lost at the line, look at the difference in the play there in just the quarterback. You see Dameron, he takes a one-step drop, fakes the handoff, one-step drop, and then he stands there and looks for his receiver because the offensive line is buying him that kind of time.
He doesn't have happy feet for sure. You're right.
You don't realize how hard that is and how little time you have to complete that.
Some confusion now on the extra point. The officials aren't in place yet, and now they will be.
Rarely call his name because he does not.
Oh, it looked like they called roughing but declined it. I can't tell, honestly. That's total conjecture.
All right, extra point is up and good, and so the Patriots lead the Cougars 35-14. 1 minute left in the half. We'll take a quick break and bring you the end of the half on Ritter Communications. Call the wrong team. Back here in Munford, Henry County has jumped out to a 3-score lead now in this first half, 35-14. We said it would be an uphill climb for the Cougars, and it is so far.
You're absolutely right. I mean, it's been a really tough sledding for the Cougars right now. They just can't quite get anything on all. But that last drive, far more positive, though. If that's something going into halftime, I think you figured out how to get those first and second down plays you're looking for. You just have to get a little more creative. Okay, so it looked like there was a roughing the passer call against the Cougars on that touchdown play, and it's being assessed at the kickoff because it would appear Henry County is kicking off from the opponent's side of the field.
And the leg on this kicker, it'll just go out of the end zone, you would think. But then they may want to try to get a return to burn some of the time off the clock. It's 1 minute left on the clock. They'll kick it through the end zone, so it'll be a touchback for the Cougars. It'll come out to the 20-yard line.
So this is tough with a minute left here. Maybe take some shots, or just take, this is a tough spot. I think you have to go for it. You have to take a shot here because if you don't score going into halftime and they get the ball, that's a large deficit you're dealing with. So I think you got to take a shot here, but you just don't. I mean, it's a killer.
I agree.
To turn it over going into halftime.
2 scores down, I think you may play it more conservative or try to get something with the run game, and then if you've got a shot. But now I think you just have to air it out.
You got to go.
Bell takes the snap. It'll be an option to White.
Man.
White will take the handoff. White finds a good hole and gets it up for a first down to the 34-yard line.
And it's a good opportunity to take a shot here. Clock stops on the first down while they move the sticks, and now maybe you can suck these guys up a little bit on that first down run. Linebackers are up for sure. Now they're dropping back.
Hand off to White again. He's met by a man able to spin, but then brought down in the backfield. And now 36 seconds and ticking on the clock. And now a timeout called by the Cougars. And the clock is still running, so they'll have to reset the clock.
They'll reset it. It looked like 30.
Yeah, it was about 35 left, 34, something like that, when the timeout was called. So we'll see what they end up doing there. But Munford definitely, I feel like they should have called the timeout much earlier than that.
I think so. I think it just took them a minute.
And just a reminder, Henry County and Munford, the winner tonight, playing the winner of Springfield Memphis Central in the bottom part of the 5A bracket for the TSSAA playoffs. According to the TSSAA website, home field will go to the opposing team. Whoever wins Springfield Central will get home field, although there's been some spirited discussion about whether or not that will be true. So
right.
We'll have to see.
Very confusing one way or the other. It looks like we're also confused with the clock here. Trying to get the clock back. They put it up to a minute. And so they had it's like we said, timeout was called about 35 seconds on the clock. It ran down to, 25 or something like that? Yeah. And so they had to put a minute back on the clock, and now they're running it down here, it would appear, is what's happening.
And they're stopping it at 43-3, but it was – okay, now it's going again. It should be around 34. And 33, I think, is what the officials have said run it to.
We'll take it.
So 33.5 is what they'll end up with on the clock.
4 out wide here. Linebackers lined up pretty. Look at the nickel package. Oh, a lot of pressure.
Corner blitz coming. He has to just chuck it up, and it is almost caught by Jace Hodgen. Very dangerous and ill-advised throw by Bell there.
And that's another one, too, is we're talking about him not throwing the ball away. It's more than just taking a sack or trying to extend a play too much. A lot of times he'll just throw the ball up. And obviously this is a different level, but I'm watching the Panthers play the last few weeks, and that's my biggest criticism of Sam Darnold. That's what Matt Rule has said, the head coach of that team, is we cannot throw the ball up. We're just asking to turn the ball over. And I would say the same thing applies here in high school.
Bell will drop back to pass.
Ooh.
Quick pass to carries Hodgen, caught over the middle, loses his footing, gets down at the 49-yard line, and now the Cougars will rush up to the line, and they'll go ahead and call a timeout. Looked like they were going to try to get a playoff initially, but they'll go ahead and call a timeout. Smart move, 25.5 seconds left on the clock, so we've only seen 8 seconds go off the clock on 2 plays.
Yeah.
So very efficient use of their time on the plays by Munford.
Absolutely. I was a little worried on that throw. Looked like Jordan Bell almost didn't set his feet on that throw, but still able to get it in there, and a great catch. Athletic catch by Akarius Hodgen. who he's made catches like that all the time, and he's a great player, so he can pretty much catch it anywhere it's thrown to him. But you see how far back that the Patriots are playing. They're really just asking for those medium yardage plays to be completed, it seems like.
Well, and another thing is we talk about maturation of quarterbacks, and Jordan Bell will definitely go down as one of the greats in Munford history, I believe, over the course of his time. One of the things you have to recognize is when you get that corner blitz off the left side, that left a receiver open, and you've got to know as soon as you see that guy crash to throw it to that receiver.
It goes back to what you were saying about sitting in there.
Dropping back to pass now is Bell. He loses the ball, and it has to be fallen on, and they don't have another timeout. They're going to have to try to hurry up and get on the line. Clock is running.
It's going to tick out. That's it.
10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8. Now it's spiked. And so they'll bring up a third down now, 3rd and 20. 4.9 seconds when he spiked the ball.
Yeah, but I think it goes back to what you were talking about, that quarter blitz. It goes back to sitting in the pocket, like you were talking about, being too quick to bail on the play. And, that maturation process of a quarterback seems like pocket presence is kind of what everything we're talking about boils down to, it seems like, all this kind of stuff. Like on that last play there, stepping up a little bit early rather than keep trying to drop back to evade defenders. It goes against everything you're thinking of. I'm going to step towards the defense to get away from them, but that's what you got to do there. Oh, that's
fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left, and looking to see if he's got a man. He doesn't, so he'll just keep it himself. He's going to be brought down in the field of play, and that'll end the first half. And emphatically slammed down, and now some jawing after the play. Bell is not happy, and I don't blame him because it was a little bit of overkill on the tackle there.
Got picked up on the play. Usually that's a penalty, I thought, right?
And he had already been stopped by the first man. His forward progress had been stopped, and the first tackler let him go, and the next guy hit him. So I don't blame him for being upset there. But they break it up. They're going in the locker room for halftime. Munford's got a lot to talk about. They're down 21 here in the second round of the TSSAA 5A playoffs. You're watching Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
Need a tow? Call a pro. At A Plus Towing and Recovery, we're standing by day or night, rain or shine. We service Gibson, Tipton, Shelby, Fayette, Haywood, and Madison counties, plus nationwide towing. A Plus Towing and Recovery is ready to assist with general repair, 24-hour towing, roadside service, and more. Our technicians are highly trained and prioritize customer service above all else. A Plus Towing and Recovery. We tow with integrity. Call 731-741-4545.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app can save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh, yeah!
My name is Donna Ann Lucy. I am from Caraway, Arkansas. I had been having trouble with my internet.
You got a lot of important things that you do from the internet, and you don't want to miss anything.
I usually use it to book rooms to watch my granddaughter play basketball. They had someone out that day, and it was back up within 20 minutes.
And it makes me feel so good to go there and take care of it, and See the smile on her face, man. That makes my day right there.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh, yeah!
I'm James Finley, and I'm from Jasper, Arkansas. We came in to have my mother's service turned on, and she needed to pick a plan. They were patient, answered every question, and there were a lot of questions.
We just took our time with her and wanted to make sure she had everything she needed.
You could see that they genuinely cared about my mother.
I don't want to go into a store and be treated like just another number. That's not how we roll in Jasper. Treat people how you want to be treated.
My name is Raynessa Chandler. I am currently the manager of technical support for Ritter Communications. Ritter is like family in more ways than one. My aunt retired after 33 and a half years here, and currently I have two cousins that work at Ritter. We have a variety of talented individuals. They motivate us and encourage us to do the right thing. We're grateful for the opportunity to work at a place such as Ritter and to be able to help others, because that's what it's all about, serving others.
Received a call about a cable box not working at Miss Betty's home, and while they're replacing the cable box, I noticed an extremely long cable.
I went to move my furniture around and it stopped working.
A long cable like that could affect signal levels and eventually cause her cable service to go out.
Michael took it up on his own and fixed it for me. Now I can FaceTime with my niece and nephew, because we don't get to visit too often. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. That's how Ritter's making it right.
Right by me.
Our dog got hit by a car. My wife and children were very upset about losing Buddy. While I was burying the dog, I cut the cable line.
Being a dog owner myself, it's hard losing a pet. So it's very important for us to get their services restored.
There's a winter storm hitting right now. It was a Friday night. You showed up and the very next morning in some pretty terrible conditions and fixed us up.
That's what we try to do here at Ritter in a bad situation, try to make it better.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh, yeah!
I was trying to look for it, can't find it. Halftime here in Munford as Henry County leads this one 35-14, second round of the TSSAA 5A playoffs, brought to you by Ritter Communications. And with Ritter TV, you can stay connected to your neighborhood with local news, sports, and more, just like this. You could be watching this on your big screen if you're watching this on Facebook. All you got to do is get Ritter Cable. It's on channel 11 there. They take pride by supporting the local community, and they do right by you. Ritter Communications. Also brought to you by A-Plus Towing and Recovery. For the smallest or the biggest towing needs, call A-Plus Towing and Recovery, 731-741-4545. Also brought to you by Drango Plumbing. Drango, your answer for any plumbing problem that arises in your house. Call Drango. And MemphisFarmers.com. Most people know their insurance provides them with coverage for life's many mishaps, but it can also help you unlock discounts, save money, and get benefits with Farmers Insurance policy perks. Visit MemphisFarmers.com for a quote today. In the area, Covington leads Ripley 7-0 at halftime right now. They're in the second round of the 3A playoffs over there. Over in Arkansas, Truman leading Mena 14-0. Dyersburg here at home leading Millington 35-0. And Osceola down to Center Point right now in Arkansas, 15-8 in that one. Westside trails Prairie Grove. It's 14-10 in that one. And now I think Jay has an update.
I have Central and Springfield at halftime 14-0. I don't know if that's right. I know it was 14-0 last time we looked, but that seems to be the most updated score I've got here.
And that one is, of course, the most important to the audience here, as the winner of that one faces the winner of this one. Henry County, though, Jay, looking tough tonight.
Looking really tough. We've talked about the battle at the line of scrimmage tonight. I think that's been a huge difference maker. I think, making good disciplined football, and usually we talk about that in terms of penalties, but I think discipline for Munford's offense has been a factor tonight too. Just making good decisions with the football, looking for positive plays. But, got to credit Henry County. The battle at the line of scrimmage, they are way bigger than Munford is, and you see that you see them asserting themselves on the line of scrimmage, and I think that's one big reason why the score is 35-14.
They push forward for a couple of yards on every offensive play, and they're in the backfield on every defensive play. We've seen Avik White and at times Jordan Bell be able to make a miss, but when Bell has dropped back to pass, he's had pressure in his face every time.
Yeah, and they've got him with happy feet a little bit now, like we're talking about. They're bringing so much pressure, and it's good pressure too. It's given him. He's taken a lot of hits too, even on the run. They're laying him licks. At the end of that last halftime, there you saw that was so chippy because he's getting hit so hard, and they really have made it it seems like a factor to make sure they punish him whenever he has the football, and it's resulted in a few errant throws. Luckily, no interceptions thus far, but it's definitely got him with happy feet in the pocket.
What do you think Coach Calhoun and offensive coordinator Reggie Nellums come out with in the second half to combat this defense that is putting so much pressure on Jordan Bell?
Well, I think as much as we talked about Munford's struggles, I think when they change up play calling to find some pressure releases, I guess you could call them, to get those good first and second down plays that result in 3 or 4 yards of positive yardage. I think they started to do that a lot better, and you saw those drives result in touchdowns. Now, the last drive of the half obviously is different because they only have, a minute left to go down the length of the field, and then the early drives, they're running the football a lot. So it seems like they kind of figured out a little more how to create some positive plays against Henry County's defense. The question now is it too little too late, down 35-14 at halftime?
A couple of plays I think are there for the Cougars. I think the bubble screen would be there. It's something that their linemen are getting off the ball so quickly anyway that I don't believe they'd see it coming because they're used to breaking through the line as it is. And so you kind of fool them there with a little rope-a-dope and get the bubble screen moving the ball forward. I also think that some crossing routes, we've seen that be successful tonight, hitting Hunter Gill twice in a row across the middle of the field. And Dalby and Dickerson on the skinny post route caught the ball there. I think the stuff mid-range, middle of the field is there.
I agree, because we noted early in the game we saw that safety playing so far up to bring pressure on the quarterback, both in the run game, to be up in the run game and being pressure on the quarterback. And that's created either a single safety over top or sometimes no safeties over top. And I think those routes over the middle are open, and Jordan Bell has been on the money with all of them today too. I think you're absolutely right. Those are definitely positive, potentially positive plays for this Munford offense.
You can't fault, though, the team as far as their effort. They've put it in. Avik White has been a guy who is refusing to go down. Now, the stat line's not going to show he's not getting a ton of yards, but he doesn't go down on first contact. He is always fighting through contact to get 1-2 extra yards and keep this Munford team in it. Jordan Bell has shown some moves with his legs when he gets outside and is able to get back to the line of scrimmage. So there's definitely been positives to take away from this game, but really behind here coming in the second half and having to kick the ball to the Patriots to start it when you're down by 21 points.
You're right. It's super tough. And I think, like you said, credit Alvick White. It's certainly not his fault he can't get going necessarily. He's getting stuffed every time at the line of scrimmage. Credit to him for fighting for 2 or 3 yards on every play. It's unbelievable running. But I think it seems to me that a point of emphasis for Henry County, as it should be, is eliminating him in the offense. They're allowing Jordan Bell to get out, like you said, and have positive runs. The jet sweep to Jace Hodge and has resulted in a lot of positive yardage. They are isolating him and making sure they take Alvick White out of this game because they don't think Munford can push the ball down the field without him. And it's shown so far up 35-14 that might be true. But in terms of positive running, I think we also have to note for Henry County, number 17, Cole Townsend, who we did not even note coming into the game because they have Morgan Barrick, who is an unbelievable running back, getting college offers. And then here comes number 17, Cole Townsend, out of nowhere, running the ball with purpose.
Absolutely, and you can't quite see it on your screen, but the Henry County kicker is lined up and kicking them from 30 with plenty of room to spare. So he's got an impressive leg. We've seen it on the kickoffs, but I just happened to notice a couple of kicks here, and he is really impressive. Look at the distance on that kick, Jay.
First player back out here, too. He's getting the work in for sure.
All right, we will take another break, and we will come back for the start of the second half. You're watching Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
In a rut? Need a tow? Call a pro. At A-Plus Towing and Recovery, we're standing by day or night, rain or shine. We service Gibson, Tipton, Shelby, Fayette, Haywood, and Madison counties, plus nationwide towing. A-Plus Towing and Recovery is ready to assist with general repair, 24-hour towing, roadside service, and more. Our technicians are highly trained and prioritize customer service above all else. A-Plus Towing and Recovery. We tow with integrity. Call 731-741-4545.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app can save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh, yeah!
My name is Donna Ann Lucy. I am from Caraway, Arkansas. I had been having trouble with my internet.
You got a lot of important things that you do from the internet, and you don't want to miss anything.
I usually use it to book rooms to watch my granddaughter play basketball. They had someone out that day, and it was back up within 20 minutes.
And it makes me feel so good to go there and take care of it, you know, and see the smile on her face, man. That makes my day right there.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh, yeah!
I'm James Finley, and I'm from Jasper, Arkansas. We came in to have my mother's service turned on, and she needed to pick a plan. They were patient, answered every question, and there were a lot of questions.
We just took our time with her and wanted to make sure she had everything she needed.
You could see that they genuinely cared about my mother.
I don't want to go into a store and be treated like just another number. That's not how we roll in Jasper. Treat people how you want to be treated.
My name is Raynessa Chandler. I am currently the manager of technical support for Ritter Communications. Ritter is like family in more ways than one. My aunt retired after 33 and a half years here, and currently I have 2 cousins that work at Ritter. We have a variety of talented individuals. They motivate us and encourage us to do the right thing. We're grateful for the opportunity to work at a place such as Ritter and to be able to help others, because that's what it's all about, serving others.
Received a call about a cable box not working at Miss Betty's home, and while they're replacing the cable box, I noticed an extremely long cable.
I went to move my furniture around and it just stopped working.
A long cable like that could affect signal levels and eventually cause her cable service to go out.
Michael took it up on his own and fixed it for me. Now I can FaceTime with my niece and nephew, because we don't get to visit too often. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. That's how Ritter's making it right.
Right by me.
Our dog got hit by a car. My wife and children were very upset about losing Buddy. While I was burying the dog, I cut the cable line.
Being a dog owner myself, it's hard losing a pet. So it's very important for us to get their services restored.
There's a winter storm hitting right now. It was a Friday night. You showed up and the very next morning in some pretty terrible conditions and fixed us up.
That's what we try to do here at Ritter in a bad situation, try to make it better.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh, yeah!
Getting ready for the second half here in Munford. Both teams back out on the field. Munford going to be coming from a big deficit. It's 35-14. Henry County Patriots on top in this one, and they really dominated the first half, save for a couple of plays here and there from Munford that led to the scores. It's pretty much been Henry County, and it's started and stopped on the line.
In a multitude of ways, too, right? That first drive was very methodical. It was like every play was 3 or 4 yards from Henry County, and then all of a sudden the drives after that, it's just like explosive play, explosive play, explosive play. And credit Townsend and their quarterback number 2, Dameron, for just being steady players, workhorses, just do whatever they've needed so far, because it seems like by air or by land or however they want to do it, they're doing whatever they want to on offense.
Absolutely. We noted their size before the game started. It's showing up in the game. Of course, they've got Division I prospects at multiple positions.
That's
on
clear.
Henry County
That's
team.
apparent for sure.
And Henry County has been the standard in the playoffs for years. I don't know the last time they won or went to a state title, but I know that at least in this part of West Tennessee, the road always runs through Henry County.
It seems like everybody I talk to is like, oh, yeah, Munford's got Henry County this week. Everyone's like, oh, man, they're good. They're a good football team. They run a good program. And credit to their coaching staff and their entire program, really, for just being that standard that is always so consistent. I think it makes everybody else rise to the occasion around the league.
Now, Munford definitely wants to try to get back in this one, and it's by no means over.
No,
We're
not at all.
only at halftime right now, and Munford desperately wants to get to the quarterfinals. It's been 24 years since the Cougars have reached a quarterfinal round of the state playoffs. They would love to get there again this year, but a big obstacle in front of them is that 21-point deficit.
And I think even though all the quiet, you got a lot of good seniors on this football team, there's a lot of young talent on this football team too, and I think that's true for Munford. And, you know, we've talked about Dyer County. They played as young. Well, I think that standard for making it to that next level in the playoffs is the maturation process of your entire football team, not just an Alvick White or one or two really good seniors in there. The entire team being mature and veteran players and guys that have a lot of experience. So this Munford team still has a lot of growing to do as well. So I don't think it's by any means this one and done type of thing. I think, you know, you said 24 years since they've made it to the next round. I think that you'll start to see it these next few years. They're going to start to make that big turn the corner.
Well, definitely, some of the players on the team are young, going to be around for a while, including Jordan Bell, and so that will definitely help lead them forward into the future. But even for this game tonight, now one thing the Munford Cougars have shown is that they don't get dejected and give a game away.
Not at all.
They will play until the final whistle. So it'll be interesting to see a few things here. The first thing I'm looking for is when they kick off, do they attempt an onside or do they pin Henry County deep and try to get a stop on that side of the field?
What can I ask you, what would you do and what do you think they do? Two different questions, obviously.
For the opening kickoff, I kick it deep.
All right, so would I. So would I. Do you think they kick it deep?
I don't.
So two different questions there, for sure.
I just don't. I think they don't, but I don't fault the coaching staff because they don't have a lot of practice at kicking it deep.
Right, and you know, it's like that is absolutely 100%. If you don't have the kick coverage, then kicking it deep doesn't help you as much either. And you know,
It could hurt you if you can't get the air under the kick.
Right, outkick your coverage. But and you know, short kicks they've had, if they just do that pooch kick, they'll start on the 30, 35-yard line. That's making them go the long way, certainly longer than the 50.
We'll find out right now as Braxton Brown lines them up and gets ready. Here we go, second half, playoff football.
How about
he
that?
does kick it deep, and they weren't ready for it. Didn't have a man back to return. He had to chase it down. He's down to the 10 and brought down at the 12. Excellent kick and coverage by the Cougars.
Couldn't ask for a better kickoff right there. That is momentum that you want to get going there. We were right. We called it there. and I think credit Coach Calhoun and that entire staff for they were thinking about this stuff in the locker room. These are the same discussions that we've been having up here. I'm sure they were having similar ones in the locker room, and they came out and they made the necessary adjustments to get back in this football game.
And, you know, you've got Henry County's return man up at the past the 20, had to run back 10-plus yards to field the kick.
Had to field it from back there, and then you get good coverage on that. I was just marveling at watching Henry County's O-line run onto the field. Those are some big boys.
Handoff up the middle. Townsend gets stopped. Couple of yards.
You know, a few positive yards, but that's an excellent stoppage, like we said there. I mean, and you know, if they have a drive like they did that first drive of the game, but you're making them go the long way, that drive changes exponentially. Those
Absolutely.
are hard yards to get 3 for 80 yards
and
in the
if you
field.
can make them get the yards 3 at a time, eventually they get tired.
Absolutely. But then again, our fellows next to us on the radio team, a long drive hurts Munford too.
Dameron hands it off. It's Townsend again.
Oh, man.
Townsend had a huge hole. Nobody's going to catch him. He's going to go all the way untouched to the end zone. Touchdown for the Patriots.
Wow. What a run. I mean, like you said, huge hole and safety pressure. I mean, all the secondary, entire secondary was up at the line of scrimmage. So once he got past that first hole, he was gone, and there was no one there to catch him. an excellent run by Cole Townsend, and it just is in keeping with the way he's run the ball all night, honestly.
It had to be a missed assignment.
Somebody, yeah.
In the linebacker area.
Or somebody got too aggressive, something, which would in turn be a missed assignment. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think you nailed it.
Extra point now for the Patriots.
Man, that takes the wind out of your sails a little bit.
Up and good. And the Patriots out by more, 42-14 as they lead over the Cougars. 11:06 to go, so only 54 seconds gone off the clock there, and the Patriots put another score between them and the Cougars. Will be right back on Ritter Communications.
Welcome back here to Munford Football and Ritter Communications. 11:06 left to go here in the second half. Only 54 seconds off the clock here it took for Henry County to score right there. An unbelievable run by Cole Townsend, and he's run the ball great all night. It's really been fun to watch that young man tonight, even though the Cougars have been struggling. I'm interested to see this kickoff here as well. I think, obviously, with this kind of lead, Henry County feels comfortable kicking it deep, but they've been a little tricky in the special teams game tonight. So we'll see what they deliver here. Two returners back for the Cougars. Little short pooch kick, Munford style. Fair catch at the 31-yard line. That's where the Cougars will take over. First offensive drive for the Cougars here in the second half after they started to get things going a little bit. Play calling. Had to adjust a little bit as Henry County's front seven has dominated this football game. They're just getting a great push in the line of scrimmage. Munford had to get a little more creative with how they called plays here, and we'll see that, I'm sure, carry over into the second half. I believe ever since they started changing their play calling, they're 2 of 3 touchdowns on drives, and that third one they didn't score on was only a minute left at halftime. So even though the score is 42-14, the offense has looked much better since they changed up their scheme a bit. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Just a little dump off to the running back. He gets it in the flat. A great hit. Way to pursue the football there by the secondary player for Henry County. Can't see the number, but Alvick White gets out to about the 35-yard line. That was number 3, Javian Boyd on that tackle. Excellent pursuit. And they'll bring up 2nd down and 5 here. But a good first down play. That's what we're talking about, changing up the scheme, finding ways to run the ball in different ways. And it looks like they're going to try and do it again. This one's be Bell keeping it left. He's got a block in front of him. Alvick White, way to get out there and block. He gets a first down and more. Taken out of bounds close to midfield. That'll be a first down Cougars. Excellent blocking in front of him. Way to be patient, and great play call there by the Cougars and offensive coordinator Reggie Nellums. I've really been impressed with the play calling. Just the adjustment made by the Cougars here tonight by Coach Nellums and Coach Calhoun. Credit to them. Coaching, a lot of times people are very hard-headed and not wanting to change up their scheme, but not these guys. They were they made the adjustments necessary. Oh, low snap, fumbled snap. Bell tries to make something out of nothing, throws it into the dirt. That's an excellent decision there to dirt that one to Jace Hodge in there, and it brings up 2nd down. A potential huge negative play negated by the heady play from Bell. And that's a big difference. On first down, there have been a lot of negative plays tonight, or just, you could try and do too much there, but really heady play to just dirt it and bring up 2nd down and 10. 4 receivers wide, 2 out to the right, extremely wide, almost to the sideline. Ball's handed off to White. He goes right, headed about the 48-yard line. He'll get 2 more, stretches out to the 50, and that'll be a 4-yard gain. And credit White. I mean, he hit at the line of scrimmage almost. Reaches it out there to midfield. He's an incredible running back. If this is indeed Munford's last game of the season, we're going to miss watching this man run the football. Pass out to the flat, 17. That's Hodgen. Gets out to the opponent's side of the field, inside the 45-yard line. That's a first down, Cougars. Great play. These short passes, and we haven't seen that a lot from Munford this year, the short passes, but they just are using that to supplement the run right now. And it's really working out well for them. Like I said, their drives ever since they started changing up their scheme have been unbelievable. Clock ticks down under 10. It's at 9:50 now. Ball snapped. Throwing it to a screen again. It'll be to the left side. That's Hodgen. Hodgen's out in front, met by a tackler at about the 38-yard line. He's pushed back, but forward progress will put him at the 37, 38-yard line, and it brings up 2nd down and 5 again. A lot of positive plays, one after another here for the Cougars. 9:30 left here in the third quarter. And this is a pretty quick drive. This is what the Cougars need in this 42-14 game, almost down by 30, 28-point game. You got to go a little quick here, and you got to lean on your defense after this to get a stop. 2nd down and 5. Looking right, rolls out. It's Bell. He's got space, throws it deep. Oh, he's got one-on-one coverage. That's a jump ball, almost intercepted. There's a flag down, and it's interference on somebody. I don't know if it's on the offense or the defense. It looks like Akarius Hodgen went down first. I don't know if he was pulled down, but he definitely could have had a hand on the defender who was in there to try and make a play. We'll see what the official call is. Yeah, pass interference on the defense. Wow. So Hodgen definitely went down first. I could see that, but honestly, I thought it might have gone either way there. But that'll be a 1st down, and we'll get it no matter how you can get it. You'll take it if you're the Cougars there. We'll take that 1st down right there. Now the ball's on the 23-yard line, it looks like. 1st and 10. So, again, Cougars churning down the field as the clock ticks down to 9 minutes here. One receiver out right, 2 left. Ball goes to Alvik White. He's running right. He's got space. One-on-one on the outside. He cuts inside. Excellent touchdown-saving tackle there. But a great run by Alvik White. He gets inside the 5-yard line. Tons of space to work there, and that's why we were just harping on wanting to pass the ball more for the Cougars because we wanted to see Alvik White get some lanes to work. White gets it again. He's going right. There's no space on this one, though. Excellent defense by Henry County. Stuffs the run there. Stuffed to the line of scrimmage. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage on that play. But you can really see how much the pass has opened up the run. And usually Munford likes to use the run and then open it up with one pass here and there to make an explosive play. I think they have to do literally the opposite, and you're seeing it in the play calling from Reggie Nellums is his pass, short pass, short pass, short pass, boom, Alvik White, huge play. 2nd down and goal here. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Bell dances around. Great tackle in the backfield. I couldn't see that who got a hand on him. Javion Boyd again gets back there. Wow, that young man's all over the field right now making huge plays, and he's hard to get away from. And that'll bring up 3rd and goal here. Short passes in short field we haven't seen from the Cougars much this year, and Henry County's pressed up. Rolls out to the left. Oh, trying to make something out of nothing. He's dancing around, throws it into the end zone, one-on-one coverage. Oh, almost an incredible catch. Great effort by Hodgen. I believe it was Jace Hodgen, puts one hand on the football. Excuse me, that was Akarius Hodgen. Gets one hand on the football, tries to snag it in, and just couldn't hang on. And it's going to be 4th and goal here, and undoubtedly they're going to go for this. This is a big play here in this game. 7:40 left in the third quarter, 42-14. Patriots lead it. Oh, excuse me, there was a flag down on the play there. I didn't even see the flag. It was declined, whatever it was, so I guess no harm, no foul. Oh, man, good pressure on the quarterback. Rolls out there. Good pass. Touchdown, Cougars! What a throw and catch right there on the run. Scrambles out to the right. That's Hunter Gill with the touchdown. A great throw from Bell there. That was a really good drive from the Cougars. I'm glad it resulted in 6 points because they needed that right there. 7:33 left to go in this third quarter.
Absolutely. To have any hope of staying in the game, they needed to score there and did. And now they're not even going to fake the formation. They're just going straight for the extra. I've never seen that.
No wasted time, right?
It's blocked.
Blocked.
Man.
Well, you know, down 3 scores, though, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, worst decision in the world to start going for 2 early. So, you know, it looks like they're going to force Munford's hand a little bit.
And so the score is 42-20 now. Patriots still on top, but Munford trying to close that gap and get back in this thing in the second half. 7:33 to go in the third quarter. You're watching Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
Need a tow? Call a pro. At A-Plus Towing and Recovery, we're standing by day or night, rain or shine. We service Gibson, Tipton, Shelby, Fayette, Haywood, and Madison counties, plus nationwide towing. A-Plus Towing and Recovery is ready to assist with general repair, 24-hour towing, roadside service, and more. Our technicians are highly trained and prioritize customer service above all else. A-Plus Towing and Recovery. We tow with integrity. Call 731-741-4545.
Munford getting ready to kick it off here after the score.
In Henry County, everyone except for the deepest guy is no deeper than they were last time.
I'd say kick it deep again.
Me too. Kick it left.
They will kick a squib, and it will be fielded at the 42 for Henry County.
Credit the Henry County hands team. They have not misplayed one ball tonight. And there's been a high one, there's been a low one, all kinds of different onside kicks, and Henry County's played them all really well.
Absolutely, because that kick there is designed not to be corralled until around the 30. So,
right.
To get up 10 yards early and get it. And they don't, once they get their hands on it, they have it.
Relatively short field here again, too, starting from the minus, 43? So minus 43 here. One of the longer fields Henry County's played from tonight, but still not a super long field.
Had to spin all the way around to find his back. Now hands it off, man. And Barrick will find his way around to the edge and be brought down at the 30-yard line.
That's what's so impressive is when they hit their offensive linemen, that's when they make their next cut, and that's when you just see them break away. And to have two running backs that do that as well as Townsend and Barrick both do, no wonder Henry County's still playing football this time of year.
They just have talent on top of talent on that side of the football.
No kidding. And credit the big hog mollies up front on offense and defense for them, too. I know we said the game has been won at the line of scrimmage, but those guys are incredible. Just watch them. Watch the push they get on every play.
Barrick stays in the game, but it's play action and nearly sacked and runs into his own man and has to throw it away. Good defense by the Cougars.
Luckily, they didn't get that push on that play. It looks like the Munford sideline wants a hold, and it's hard to disagree with him there. There was a lot of moving parts there for that ball to get thrown away.
And a late flag just thrown.
Grounding, yep.
And they're going to call intentional grounding, and that's what I think Calhoun was talking about is he didn't think the ball got back to the line of scrimmage maybe, or he didn't get out of the pocket, one or the other.
Yeah, maybe, or was there a receiver even in the area? Either way, we'll take the grounding.
That's right. Who cares? The penalty is assessed, and here they are marching all the way back to the 40-yard line.
And it was more important, maybe not more important, but certainly very important in this game is if you're not going to make them go the long way, at least make them play from 10 yards behind the sticks, as this is 2nd and 20 now for Henry County. Lost it down there. Two receivers right. Oh, no.
Oh, almost got Munford to jump, but they didn't. And now hand off to Barrick. Barrick, man, he just finds a hole and exploits it.
Yeah.
He's in for the touchdown.
I mean, as impressive as Townsend's been tonight, that right there was a Division I run. I mean, did you see his breakaway speed right there? Great running up front, and then he just hit that hole. Boom, gone. Great run.
Jets on and was gone.
The Jets were certainly there. Barrick certainly has the Jets for sure. I wonder why then. I wish we had an explanation as to why Townsend got so many early carries in this game.
It's a very good question. I don't
Not that
know
he's bad
unless
at all.
They just realized he had the hot hand and stuck with him.
Well, maybe so.
Extra point up, and it is good. So it's 49-20 now. Every time the Cougars have tried to inch closer, the Patriots have had an answer. 6:42 remains in the third quarter as you watch Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
Need a tow? Call a pro. At A-Plus Towing and Recovery, we're standing by day or night, rain or shine. We service Gibson, Tipton, Shelby, Fayette, Haywood, and Madison counties, plus nationwide towing. A-Plus Towing and Recovery is ready to assist with general repair, 24-hour towing, roadside service, and more. Our technicians are highly trained and prioritize customer service above all else. A-Plus Towing and Recovery. We tow with integrity. Call 731-741-4545.
Henry County off of the long run by Morgan Barrick, the Memphis and Middle Tennessee prospect.
Good player, man, and it's apparent as to why right there. The difference in this game really has been those first couple drives when Munford is still running the football on first and second down and Henry County just sniffs it out. Because ever since they changed their scheming, Munford's been marching the ball down the field. Their defense just doesn't have an answer for this Henry County team. Another short.
Short, yeah. Bounces down at the 32 before it's picked up by Hodgen. Hodgen will take it all the way around to the right side.
Oh, yeah.
Put his shoulder down. Get a couple extra yards out of that one.
They won a little late hit there, but I think I was all pretty clean there. Great way to make something another from Hodgen there, that little pooch kick. Good starting field position for Munford here for sure. From the 40.
Yeah, there's a couple of fans. I don't know if you can catch that on the camera, but there's a couple of fans that have yellow flags in the stands that are trying to encourage the refs to throw it. But
the terrible towel, maybe Steeler fans.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think that was a penalty.
No, I don't think so either. But, you got to work the officials, right?
That's right, yeah.
So I've been really interested. We saw a screen pass on the last drive, just the ways they're creating runs without running the football as we got a jet sweep here. Oh, passing it.
Fakes it, going to throw.
Oh, man.
Getting chased in the backfield, but it gets away from the pressure. Now he tells his man to go, and he throws a pick. Picked off. He called his man, and that helped the defender find out where the ball was going, and Javian Boyd comes up with the pick.
Tough play there. Good play by the defense. But this is an excellent – I'll say this. This is exactly the kind of team that Jordan Bell needed to face, I think, because he's played against a certain caliber, certain type of team all year, and we've seen him grow and mature so much against teams like that. This is that next test. And this film doesn't lie, as we say, right? And this shows him exactly the things he needs to improve on as he goes forward in the next season and the season after that. I think he only gets better from playing a team like Henry County that can make him force so many different things out of him.
And you see him directing traffic there, and it's not that he really made any mistakes there, just a great defensive play.
Great defensive play.
Boyd saw where he pointed and went to the spot.
Yeah, he did. And Boyd's been all over the field all day, too. He's made plays in the passing game tackling. He's made plays in the backfield. That gentleman has been that young man has been very impressive on both sides of the football tonight.
Vince Ernelia upset after that play.
Yeah, I wonder why. I was looking at that. I'm not sure what he was upset about. Maybe he wanted a hole. What did he want, I wonder?
Now there's an official timeout, and they're meeting on the field. But I didn't see what upset Cernelia in the first place, but he is hot.
I've never seen him like that either. It's kind of out of character, so something has to be going on that we just are missing.
And now the head referee comes forward. What is he going to say here? He's going to call a personal foul.
It's going to be on
against Cernelia.
It's going to be on Cernelia. So it was something with the officials. He wanted some kind of flag, I would guess. It has to be what it would be. Or he was up, I don't know. Said something to the official after the play.
Whatever he said.
Oh, so it was okay. So it wasn't Cernelia. It was something on the backside where they were meeting, where the flag was thrown over there.
I see.
So we just totally missed what it was, whatever the altercation was.
Regardless, it sets up Henry County with excellent field position and can, even though it's 5:56 left in the third quarter, they can just about put the nail in the coffin here.
Yeah. Still interested to know what Cernelia was upset about, though.
Handoff this time goes to Kendall. Kendall is brought down after a couple.
Jace Kendall's been involved in the last couple runs here, and he's a name we've said a few times. I believe on defense tonight he's involved in a lot of their defensive stuff. He's been up in the run game and made a lot of big tackles tonight, but he's getting some reps on offense now as Townsend and Barrick have certainly got their workload in tonight.
This Munford defense really needs a turnover or something to try to reel in this game a little bit. I don't know if you can come back and win, but you can definitely show them who you are.
Right.
Handoff.
There
He's
you
hitting
go.
the backfield, but it gets loose. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Then he'll fall forward for a couple.
it's a good test of mental toughness, too, to be in a game like this. You know, how do you respond? If you respond with too much anger or just you're not clear-headed, that's a part of mental toughness, too. And if you let it defeat you entirely, that's the other side of it. So you really have to, I know it sounds cliche or whatever, but you really have to stay in the middle and just stay focused on the next play. What do I need to accomplish on this play? You can't get it all back in one play, and you can't lose it all in one play. So you just got to play one play at a time.
That's true, and of course, I think probably the thing that will hurt Coach Calhoun's feelings the most is having to wait an entire offseason to put the lessons learned from this
absolutely
into place in this team.
Absolutely.
And then you'll have a new incoming class of freshmen, new people starting for the seniors that are outgoing.
And a lot of roles to fill on this team, too. For instance, Alvick White leaving, and his backup, Aubrey Durham, I believe, is also a senior. You got senior fullback Jeremiah Davis, who is one of my favorite players on the team. And these three guys, just those three guys we named, play huge roles in this offensive scheme. And so there's a lot of different guys that can step up next year and certainly roles to be filled.
Absolutely.
Not to call the game too early, but, you know, just looking forward here, these are things that you want to go forward with the rest of this game. You have to take some positive away. These cannot be wasted reps, even in a playoff game.
I think, you know, over on the defensive side, you've got we see Townsend running again. They're doing a better job, though. I mean, he gets the first down there, but they're doing a much better job of containing them here.
Certainly so.
Akarius Hodgin, also one of those key players, though, that'll be gone next year.
Yeah.
You'll Hunter Gill as well. So that's your entire safety core gone, and they have all the interceptions on the year. Hodgin with 5 and Gill with 3. And those are the guys they rely on in those zone coverages to find where the ball is and go get it.
I think on the line, though, that maturation process, as I've looked this year, the number of younger – I think there's a few seniors on that O and D line, but the number of younger players playing up front is huge. Oh, good catch there.
Yeah,
flag down. Maybe a hold in the secondary?
May have been a hold in the secondary there. It was a well-designed play, though. Really baited the linebacker into cheating up to get the man free.
And whether it been screen or bootleg like that, credit Henry County's offensive scheme. They've done that a lot tonight. Yeah, it was.
And so it'll back it up for Henry County now. Be second and goal from the 15.
Players you get back next year, though, that have certainly made an impact. Obviously, we talk a lot about Jordan Bell. Tristan Bohannon, who is a difference maker in that front seven at linebacker, he comes back next year. That's a guy who is a big player and 1 year better as a senior.
And he has speed to really show up in the receiving game if they choose to use him that way.
Absolutely.
Townsend will try to get it down to the goal line and be stopped short at the 3.
And no Akarius Hodgin, but Jace Hodgin, who leads the team in yards per carry this season, comes back too. So even though we talk about Alvick White and a lot of these older guys that have really played big roles this year, they've got a lot of younger guys coming back that will only be better from this experience.
They do. We will most likely get to see some of Corey Kidd next year at running back, somebody we've not seen this year because of the tandem of Durham and White.
Right.
And the running ability of Bell.
Mm-hmm. And throw Jeremiah Davis in there, too. He's been a factor in it as well. So many guys run the football well for this team. Oh, offset eye again.
Handoff this time. It goes to Barrick. I think Barrick got in.
I think he did,
that
too.
One. No signal, though. No, he's going to be stopped short. Good job there by the Cougar D.
It is. And we talked about being resilient in this point in the game, too, here. And they're not. There's no give in this Munford defense in this goal line stand here.
Under a minute now to go in the third quarter. Henry County on the 4-inch line. 3rd down and goal.
Looks like they might quick snap it here. Look how long they're in this huddle.
The play clock has not moved. It's been at 39 the entire time, so I'm not sure where that's being kept.
Yeah, here we go,
but
getting quick to the line. Yeah, that is weird. And then they jumped it down to 25.
And there goes Barrick in for the touchdown for Henry County. And that will get them up to 55 and an extra point coming.
This Henry County team is going to be a problem going forward in the playoffs. There's no question about that. How do you match up with these guys? I don't think there's a team we've seen that Munford has played this year that can match up with this size.
It's hard to see anyone. Now, I've not seen Springfield play.
Right, neither have I. You're right.
But they were ahead the last time I looked, and I'm trying to get an updated score now. The last time I looked, they were ahead, and that's who Henry County was looking at facing. If I'm not mistaken, Henry County has beaten Springfield once this year already.
It seems like whoever plays Henry County, though, you're going to have to get in a track meet with them. You're going to have to match them score for score because that is a tough offense to stop with all those weapons.
And so we'll step away. It's 24 seconds left. We'll come back and bring you the kickoff for this one. 24 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, that is. You're watching Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app could save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Henry County getting ready to kick off, in command of this one, 56-20 with a few seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Springfield right now in the 3rd quarter leading Memphis Central 21-0, and the
ball came free. Oh, man, a lot of people pointing towards Henry County.
Mostly Henry County players right now, though, and the referee says Munford ball, and he's the one that matters.
Good deal. Good deal. Maybe just guys pointing the other way. That's a scary play there. But way to hang on to the football for Munford. They've taken pretty good care of the football and special teams other than the onside kick recovery for Henry County there.
And that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. They'll flip sides of the field and finish this game out when we come back on Ritter Communications.
Need a tow? Call a pro. At A-Plus Towing and Recovery, we're standing by day or night, rain or shine. We service Gibson, Tipton, Shelby, Fayette, Haywood, and Madison counties, plus nationwide towing. A-Plus Towing and Recovery is ready to assist with general repair, 24-hour towing, roadside service, and more. Our technicians are highly trained and prioritize customer service above all else. A-Plus Towing and Recovery. We tow with integrity. Call 731-741-4545.
As we go to the 4th quarter of the Cougars and the Patriots in control of this one, looking like they'll move on in the playoffs, and right now looking like they will face Springfield, a familiar foe. Chad Gatlin, Jay Harder in here on the call. And Springfield defeated Henry County when they met back on October 1st, 6-3 in that low-scoring affair. If you can imagine a low-scoring affair from this Henry County team.
Yeah, I can't believe that. Must have been a different team back then. Look how long he kept in that option.
Yeah, it looked like Bell wanted to keep it and White wanted to take it. And
they both wanted it.
They couldn't decide what to do, and they paid for it.
Well, I think this is the point in the game that you really start to see the difference in a lot of levels of football. These are young kids here, and this is a lot of mental resilience you have to fight through in a game like this. Oh, that was a quick jump, it looked like. Open player.
And he'll catch it and get brought down, but not before he gets the first down on that one.
Somebody's cramping over there.
It's Jace Hodgen on the catch. You do have a Munford player.
Looks like a Carius Hodgen.
Injured. It is a Carius Hodgen.
Can't blame the young man for cramping at this point. He plays both sides of the ball. It seems like he's in special teams as well. He's all over the field the entire game.
Key player on this team.
Yeah.
update you on some scores while they look at Acarius. 42-13, Dyersburg beating Millington, looking like they'll roll forward in the playoffs. And gone final, the Covington Chargers defeated Ripley. They'll get to the quarterfinals. This will be the, I think, 15th time in the last 20 years they've made it to that round or something like that. It's something crazy like that. I don't have the exact stat, but they are a perennial deep playoff team. No update yet on some of the other games of interest. Well, Cave City did defeat Truman 2013, so that one is final. And Brooklyn defeated Forest City 27-18. That one has gone final as well. Looks like more final scores coming in from Arkansas. 26-22, Nettleton defeated Wynn. So back here, Northside defeats Kirby by 1 point. Oh, that was last week. I'm sorry.
It's hard to keep track of all these high school games, too.
Yeah,
that so many people reporting
that score was last week. I was going down in a row, and I had gotten into the next week and didn't realize it. I apologize for that. Still looking at Acarius Hodgin there on the field, so we'll step away for 30 seconds. We'll come right back on Ritter Communications.
Begins with a click, and just like that, you were immersed in a world of wonder. Education, entertainment, information. Connect with family and friends from around the block or around the world. So when it's time to connect, Ritter Communications will be there to make it happen. With speeds up to 1 gig. Ritter Communications, connecting you to what's important. Begins with a click, and just like that, you were immersed in a world of wonder. Education, entertainment, information. Connect with family and friends from around the block or around the world. So when it's time to connect, Ritter Communications will be there to make it happen. With speeds up to 1 gig. Ritter Communications, connecting you to what's important.
Back here in Munford, Acarius Hodgin hopped on one leg over to the sideline and now being tended to more on the sideline as Bell gets ready to take the snap. Jace Hodgin comes across, gets the handoff, goes to the left side, puts his shoulder down, gets a couple of yards there.
And that's kind of what we talked about the whole game, it seems like, or at least since the second quarter, is the changing of the scheme. And I'm just marveling at it. Even the score the way it is, I'm really impressed by the adjustments that have been made by Coach Calhoun and offensive coordinator Reggie Nellums. 2nd and 7 here.
Bell back to pass, being rushed again. Now he's calling his
Tough
shot downfield.
pass.
He's got Medill, and it bounces off of the helmet of the defender, Jackson Flood.
Good idea.
That was a unintentional great defensive play.
It was. It was a good idea, a little bit underthrown, but that's a tough throw. Going your opposite way, rolling out to the left. He did set his feet. We talked about a lot about Jordan Bell setting his feet. He did there, and that's a tough throw.
And it is the receiver worked with him there because he more picked an open spot in the field and let the receiver go toward it, and that's what you have to do in those situations.
Exactly.
That's a throw to Jace Hodgin. Will be caught, and it'll be good for about 4 yards.
Dealing with 4 downs here, though, so that brings up 4th and short. Not a terrible play at all. Clock ticks down under 10 now, almost 9.5 left. Got to score quick here. Oh, man, somebody moved.
It's going to be a false start against Munford. It'll back it up 5 yards, make this 4th down more difficult.
Yeah, for sure.
That stat I was giving you about Covington, it's the 15th time that they'll make the quarterfinals since 1997.
Wow.
So that's 24 years? So 15 times in 24 years means they make the quarterfinals more often than they don't.
if you're wondering the state of that program. Oh, screen.
Bell looked for this. Oh, and he threw a pick. I didn't see anyone looking for the reception.
Yeah, it had to be Alvik White in there, but that seemed like someone wasn't on the same page with something. I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah, and they are just letting the clock roll now due to the deficit.
You hate to see that. I mean, Munford has played such a good year. You don't want to end it on a note like this, but I think it's just really a credit to how well Henry County's played. And you know, at the end of this game, I have a feeling that the score won't tell the entire story of just how good this game was, especially once Munford started changing their scheme and marching down the field. But, you know, that first kickoff becomes extra important. The plays late in that first half becomes super important, too. It's just a couple of drives here and there.
High snap, handoff, goes nowhere, lose a yard there on that one.
And coaches in football are always talking about huge momentum swings and how little things kind of add up and create big problems for you. And I think that's evident here tonight. Like we talk about the kickoff, that changes the momentum huge. You get a score first, then you get the ball again and can go score again. You said 3 kickoffs within the first 7-6 minutes of the game or whatever for Henry County. So, you know, this game has been much closer than that. It's just one play here and there. There's big 75 again.
Sure is. Drew Beaver, my goodness.
There's all these offensive linemen. They just got one after another, just behemoths.
What do they feed those guys over in Paris, Tennessee?
Got to get on that weight program here at Munford.
I recently took a picture of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, Tennessee. Did you know they had one over there?
Is that right? That's the real one in Paris.
They have a small. It's just, you know, much smaller, but it's a replica of it there in Paris, Tennessee. It's pretty nice. And a nice park too.
I don't believe I've ever been to Paris, Tennessee.
It's nice up on Kentucky Lake. It's where these Henry County folks hail from, mostly. And clock's still rolling. Under 7 now.
Eiffel Tower, a gift from Christian Brothers University. How about that?
Oh, really?
Is that right?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That is.
Those are my friends over here from the Henry County radio team.
Looking back at this season for the Munford Cougars, you can't let this game define it. It's been a great season, especially you start out with a loss that you don't want. It's a rivalry game. Covington, you don't want to get beat as badly as they did, but they lose 41-8. We saw Covington dominate that entire game. You really didn't see what Jordan Bell could do in that game. And then they turn it on against rival Millington, 39-13. They beat Douglas 48-8. They end up going undefeated in the district. Their only other loss was to Dyersburg, another playoff team in 3A, and they only lost that game by 3 points.
That was a great game.
It was a fantastic game. They dominated their district schedule, went undefeated, and defeated Memphis Central, who nobody thought they would beat, and beat them by 1 point in the last second of the game to get the first seed in the playoffs. So just a fantastic season, a real program-building season by Coach Calhoun and this Munford Cougar team.
I agree. And if we're going to point out one thing, one person in particular that it really has developed a ton, it's got to be Jordan Bell. I remember the first game I did this season early in the year. He overthrowing a lot of guys, right? Every time they would drop back to pass, he would have a guy deep, miss him a little bit deep or something like that, or maybe underthrow him a little bit. And his maturation process this season has gone on. I don't know what his completion percentage is tonight, but it's incredibly high. He's on the money with these short-timed routes, medium routes. He just throws it right where it needs to be, and he wasn't doing that when I first saw him. So, I mean, growth from him, phenomenal.
And it does seem the more throws he gets in a game, the more comfortable he gets and the better he gets, because you look at a week like last week, he was 1 for 4, or 25% completion, but this week, the more throws, and he's more – because a block punt now from the Cougars, and falling on, that is Tristan Bohannon, who we talked about earlier, a guy that will be back and be effective on this Cougar team.
A huge difference maker. I mean, you could see him just jogging off the field how big this young man is. And he's only a junior. He'll be back next year. A huge difference maker for this Munford Cougars football team. And they've got a ton of guys like that too. But you talked about building all the positives they've had this season. I think you see that on defense too. And, you know, on both sides of the ball, honestly. And way that shows up is penalties. Earlier in the year, every point of emphasis every week seemed to be penalties. They would get down in games because of penalties. It would take them playing behind the chains, and the penalties have been cleaned up a ton as the season has gone on. You just don't see those types of mistakes from this Munford football team anymore.
Yeah.
And I think they'll build on that going into next year, too.
And, it's a matter of playing disciplined football and getting sort of used to the reps, used to the offense, and things like that. And they really did a good job of that. Jace Hodgin pokes a hole on the sweep and finds some room all the way down to the 27-yard line, close to a first down.
And I think that kind of thing allows you to open up your playbook a little bit more, because when you have those penalties and stuff, it's hard for the coaches to gauge, are these plays working, or is it because we're behind the sticks, or is it because of a hole, you know what I mean, or whatever the case might be. It just allows everybody to learn and grow.
4 minutes left in the game. Bell. Screen pass to Hodgin. Hodgin takes it over the left side, gets it down to the 18-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
Great block by Medill there. He didn't even lay the block necessarily. He just basically just ran towards the defenders to cut him off, and that created a huge lane to run. Excellent play by the Cougars.
So the Cougars, like we said earlier, will play to the last whistle here.
You bet. Mason Medill we don't talk about enough, too. I mean, he makes plays on all the time, and he's only a sophomore. So talk about great players that are coming back. He's got 2 more years.
Bell will hand it off to White. White will find a hole up the middle, get it down to the 10-yard line.
And it's certainly, the first couple drives for Munford, obviously nothing, they couldn't get anything going. But this offense has certainly performed tonight, at least in my opinion.
3 receivers left. Handoff will go to White. He'll go to the left.
Great run,
He'll
man.
Get patient, find his way down to the 2-yard line. So it'll be first and goal from the 2 for the Cougars.
I've got a feeling, more than a feeling, if Alvick White wants to play at the next level, he has options.
I would bet.
You have, yeah,
And he will allow the defender to sort of pull him into the end zone there, but Alvick White gets the touchdown because he keeps his feet moving like we always comment on. And so that's a touchdown, Cougars.
And a punctuation mark, I think, to his high school career as well. I mean, well-deserved. This young man, I said it earlier in the broadcast, I feel like I say it a lot, he's a snub for Mr. Football. He's the best high school running back that people might not be paying as much attention to as they need to. And I think undoubtedly this young man is going to be playing at the next level.
I think for those awards, sometimes they look at a guy's prospects at the college level and don't credit enough of what he's done in high school.
What else could he have done,
I mean, but this guy absolutely a snub for Mr. Football, in my opinion. And he may not play at a major program, but
it looked good to me. It looked like we maybe didn't get
a good extra point.
Didn't get a signal.
Some debate up here in the whether or not we got it, because we never got a signal from the refs whether the kick was good or not. It didn't seem like
they just assumed at this point.
Yeah, it was good. So it is 56-27 now. Henry County leading Munford as we clear up some confusion there. But as I was saying, a guy like Alvick White, who is maybe a little undersized for the next level. Not that we haven't seen guys his size succeed, but just a little undersized for maybe what some of the major programs are looking for. And then he gets a snub at Mr. Football kind of because of that, because he doesn't have those offers from names you would recognize.
But you love guys like that, especially at smaller colleges, even if it's group of 5 schools. But even if you go down to FCS, that they still play great football. You see guys like him shine, who the difference maker is that size, because talent-wise and skill and fundamentals, Alvick White's as good as he gets. Onside.
It is an onside kick, expertly handled by Henry County again. As you said, their hand guy's been on it all night.
If special teams wins and loses games, but, obviously the line of scrimmage, Henry County's dominated, but they also won this game in special teams tonight for sure. Huge factor. A third of the football game, right? Games are won and lost in special teams. If you can win 1/3 of the game, you put yourself in a good position.
Absolutely. So we'll see them come out probably and take it's a little too much time left maybe to take a knee, but they'll
work it down.
Definitely run it. They're in the I formation. Oh, no, they were in the shotgun there. I mistakenly thought the tight end was the quarterback, I guess.
Good for a gain of 6 there.
Keep the clock running. That's all they really want to do.
Yeah. Tough position for this Munford team. I mean, you don't just want it to be the end of the season. Oh, well, great year, guys. Legitimately, I mean, Munford has a ton of pride to hang their hats on after this great season. And
absolutely.
And if you're a fan, you have to be happy with, like you said, a step forward for the program. Coach Calhoun is building a program here that I think is going to play good football for a lot of years to come.
Both Jordan Bell and Avik White had over 1,000 yards rushing on the year coming into this game tonight. Jeremiah Davis with 141 yards on 12 catches.
And who knows how many blocks.
3 touchdowns. Excellent blocker.
Yeah.
Those are things that don't hit the stat book that you have to recognize, though. Akarius Hodgin on defense. With great stats as well, 70 tackles coming into this game. He also had 5 picks on the year.
From the secondary, 70 tackles, too. Cannot be overstated.
Oh, yeah, he's on every play.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy just finds the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Cernelia with a good year, too. When Munford has had to punt, he averaged 37.5 yards a punt, and that is a really good high school number.
Yeah. They pinned a lot of teams deep.
And that's the thing, too, is if you look at Cernelia's, and to me, I mean, I'm impressed with him in a lot of facets of the game, but in the punt game, he punted 17 times. He put 4 of them inside the 20. And he also had a long punt of 60 yards.
Really? I remember that 60-yard punt too. Really deep. I mean, no, and you're absolutely right. And we see his boot every game too, even in field goal game, right? I mean, and he's a player that they're certainly gonna miss quite a bit.
Braxton Brown, of course, his legs won him a couple of games.
Yeah, Braxton Brown.
Let this one tick down, and Henry County will move on. Munford will hang their hat on a great season but not be able to move forward after this one. Henry County will face Springfield in the quarterfinals at Springfield. And we will say goodbye for the season.
But it's been a good one.
Yeah, thanks for hanging with us all season, watching Cougar football here on Ritter Communications. We hope to be back next year bringing you Cougar football. And we know that this team will do nothing but improve over the offseason and come back ready for next year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to say thank you to you, Chad, for allowing me to do this. This has been a great year. And thanks to Coach Calhoun and this entire staff and their entire team. This is a great team to cover every week. They play an exciting brand of ball. And you're just excited to come out here and watch football every week. And I know the fans and the students feel the same way. So credit to Coach Calhoun. They're building a great program here at Munford.
Well, we thank you for joining us this year, Jay, on the crew, because you were last minute. You took the job. We needed somebody last minute, and you jumped in with us. Brandon Reed has been our director all year long, handling all of the technical stuff. Most of the setup and everything you see is brought to you because of Brandon Reed here
Absolutely.
with Ritter Communications. On cameras all year long, Richard Self and Nathan Taylor have been with us on most games. We rotated in 1 or 2 other cameramen early in the season. Richard was out with COVID-19. But made a huge comeback and got back with us, and out here in the cold filming all this. We get to sit in the heat.
Yeah.
Those 2 guys are out in the cold fighting it all the time, so thanks to those 2 guys as well. Thanks to Ritter Communications for letting us do this awesome job and
Absolutely.
have all this fun. And thanks to all you fans for watching it and supporting our sponsors, who are, again, Ritter Communications, A+ Towing and Recovery, Drango, and MemphisFarmers.com. Next year, we'll see all you guys then. This has been Cougar Football from Ritter Communications.